Okay, to recap, because you could kind of skip all of last stream and not really have missed a fucking thing, except great conversation. Let me just open my spindrift casually over to the corner, make a loud ass noise. To recap what happened in last stream, we did Sister Splinter for 3 hours, and then Atlanta for an hour, and we got better at both. But there comes a point in, like, the repeatedly dying where, like, you really make progress and then you just, like, get tilted and fall the fuck off. So we stopped when we got tilted. And I'm hoping that we can pick up some of what we learned last time. I would love to be unstuck in this game. I would love to see what the rest of this game looks like. I have been stuck here for a fucking while. Loaf, hi cutie. I hope you're doing well. I love that you've been on a streaming streak, by the way. I saw that you were skonging, in fact, the other day. And have already surpassed where we are. Shocker. But I hope you've been enjoying it. I haven't messed that one up in a while. Good! Atlanta, Chicago, and don't forget, we got Cincinnati, yes. Don't forget Philadelphia. My personal fave. Maybe it's not my personal fave, but I am proud of the fact that I contributed that. But we did complete Chicago. We weren't able to... For anybody who's like, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, fair. Second of all, Craw Lake is Chicago. And there was something up here where we couldn't get to because we need like a double jump. I think. We can always go back and confirm that, but I think we got to the TV top of that and there was somewhere that we couldn't go. So we've done Chicago. We are stuck here on... Here is the top one. On... Cincinnati. Sister Splinter. This is Philadelphia, Bellhart. And then we are currently in Hunter's March, which is full of ants, so we're calling it Atlanta. There's a gauntlet over here that I have died to roughly 200 million times, so we're going to see if we can make it 300 million today. You did replay the Silksong tutorial before hopping in, Path of Pain and all. See, I got 80, 70% of the way through Hollow Knight before we did Silksong, and that did not help prepare me in any way. Other than to put me in the mood for it. But great life choices. Hi Zero, welcome on in. Whoa! It's the smoothest we've ever gotten through there. Think now that some of the newness of Silksong has worn off, you're back to liking Hollow Knight better overall? Interesting. That right there, that was a miracle. I usually fuck up that jump really well, actually. I'm really good at it. I haven't played enough of the game to make a choice. I don't want to make a choice. I might get to the end of this and just decide that I like both of them as their own separate things. That's my secret hack for not becoming a jaded hater person on the internet. Is like, when the Lord of the Rings movies get compared to like the Lord of the Rings books, don't make me pick, don't make me compare them to one another. The books are very good as books, the movies are very good as movies, and I like them both. And I'm going to keep that for myself. And I don't want to have to be sad just to make a choice. So I have a feeling that that's going to be me with Hollow Knight and Silksong, where like I like things about both of them. They're both very fucking cute. They both have amazing music. But I don't know that I'll end up wanting to compare them in the end. Predicting your final death counter to be in the 500 to 600 range with how things are looking so far. That is not bad. I don't know what everybody else's ranges have been, but I'm going to tell you, I think we've died in here 500 times. It has Hollow Knight in the name, so obviously it's also Hollow Knight. Fair. How do they compare to the LEGO Lord of the Rings games? Man, I've only played LEGO Lord of the Rings on an iPad, and I feel like it wasn't the entire experience. It was very fucking cute, though. Manifesting progress, please. Please. This guy is so bad when it's just him. I just want to say. Well, if I would stop walking into him, that would help tremendously. Okay. I think this guy pops out of the ground. Jeez. I do not like this dude. Whoever said the flying enemies in this game are the worst? Yes. I just walked into him. Good. This room was rough for you too. We made it through Chicago. We can do this. I believe. Oh, we're out of, no wonder we were out of throwing knives so soon. We've been doing, little loops of the same, like, fights for so long that I haven't actually earned any shell shards. So we don't have enough shell shards to manufacture the throwing knives. So let's go on a murder mission. There's actually a better murder mission spot. Let's be less lazy about that. Let's be less lazy about that. So we want to go to get to... Yeah. I mean, we just did a loop there, don't worry about it. It's because I was having a thought on where I wanted to go. Ouch. Good. Okay, just keep going. Sitting is not a bad idea. So now we have a few more little throwing knives. It's time to go say hi to Cutie! Hi, Cutie! I don't know where I want to go. Sorry that I just, like, got confused there, dude. I actually don't need a ride. I don't need a ride. Hi, though. I just need to keep going. Did I best into Sister Splinter, or are we just taking a day trip to- No. Yes. Yes, no? Well, let me answer that question without trying to yes, no it. We haven't beat shit. We haven't beat shit. We're still stuck on Sister Splinter and Atlanta. We're taking a day trip right now to get some shell shards. And actually kind of rosaries. Because I don't have enough shell shards to make throwing knives. So we're on a collecting mission. We're gonna do a little loop. I forgot you were over here. Whoa. Don't be weird, flying bug. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. I could probably equip the charm. It's not a charm. The thing. The charm-like thing that collects the shell shards for you. The meta of doing work to gather money while doing work to gather money, yeah. Damn. We do have 10 60 rosary ones. That's pretty good. When we beat Chicago, we did make a concerted effort to not die before we got back to the rosary stringer upper thingy, so we got to keep the money from that. That was a really smart decision, because we've been dying ever since. I know. I have nothing to spend it on, unfortunately, because everything is locked behind these 2 progress points. Okay, that allows us to get more shell shards. Okay, I guess we don't have one that, like... Remind me to switch that back, please. Because we don't have one that picks up the shell shards for you. That's fine. We have one that picks up the rosaries for you. Which is really not as critical. Okay, maybe let's not die collecting the shell shards. That would be silly. Is there a Christmas mod for this game yet? That's an important question, because I would like to see a mod where every creature in here is wearing a teeny tiny Santa hat. That would really tickle me. Okay, we have fully restocked enough to have all of our throwing knives, but let's get some more. Let's do maybe 2 more rounds of this. LOL, I just walked right into this thing because I didn't see it because I was looking at my money count. Rogue Legacy 2 does that. Santa hats and enemies around Christmas time. That's adorable. I know, in fact, I know that World of Warcraft used to do some really dope, like, seasonal things. Girl, we can't die in here. That's embarrassing. And Christmas, like, all the different, like, towns and stuff like that were all decorated, and it was super cute. And I really want to play and see that. But we now have, Kimbo and I now have the entire new Escape Simulator 2 to play, so I don't know that we'll have time for WoW, which makes me sad. Treasure chest replaced by wrapped presents. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I'm just, I was gonna say I'm a slut for Christmas. I don't know if that's the phrasing I should have gone for. I just love all things Christmas related. Stop letting this guy fuck you up. No Santa hat mods found yet, but there's one ooh-ooify all the text if you want that. Ooh-ooh? For anybody who knows Mitch Riz, who is an amazing speedrunner of all sorts of games and also plays a lot of Souls content, Mitch Riz does has a redeem, like a channel point redeem, where it makes a sound effect in stream that says like ooh woo. And every fucking time I hear it, I'm delighted. I watched his entire Kazan playthrough, like every single second of it, and I cannot tell you how many times somebody ooh wooed in the middle of like a really critical, serious, important moment, and it was just so fucking funny. So a clowning mod? Okay, well, you know what? That's appropriate. That's a props. How many memes were there making fun of Skong Copers? Where we were all made out to be clowns because we believed that Silksong was going to be real someday. And you know what? It fucking was real someday. And we get to play it, and I'm really fucking happy about it. And it came out on my birthday. Still pretty cool. I will not have finished this by my next birthday, which is a little tragic. But also, cool way to spend a year. Cool way to spend a year. Okay, I think that's enough. What are we at now? Because I would like to also maybe go take our $80. Ooh, okay. Let's get $40 more and then go string this shit up in addition to going back to Atlanta. Do I remember where all the stringy thingies are? No, but I know where one of them is. Just means I get to play more Skong. Exactly. Skong. I mentioned that in the last stream, that like it may seem like it would be very frustrating to get stuck on things like Sister Splinter for 5 fucking streams in a row, and on some level it is, but on another level it's kind of like I have no complaints. Like it just means I get to continue playing the game for fucking 800 hours. There's a mod to turn lace into a bag of lace potato chips. Oh, that's important. That's important. Good job, team. Whose brain thought of that? What flavor is a great question. I'm not a huge chips person or french fries. But I've been really digging. I've been making myself some bagel sandwiches as my lunches because I've been really fucking lazy, to be honest. And with my bagel sandwiches, I've been having Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips. I forgot that Sun Chips existed. They feel like a thing from another era, and I don't know why that is. Like, did someone's mom used to give those to me and that's why I feel like they're, like, part of my childhood? I don't really know. Also, if you haven't voted in the fucking Streamer Awards yet, this is my plug to go to the Streamer Awards and at least vote in 2 categories. Vote for Lil Aggie for Best Speedrunner and vote for Bingo Brawlers by Captain Domo for Best Streamed Event or something like that. You do not have to vote in every category, which is good because I don't know most of the people from any other fucking category and I would feel bad about accidentally voting for a turd. But you can just go in and vote for those 2 things. And it's just tied to your Twitch account. Which is pretty heckin' dope. Cosmic! Hi, cutie! Already done? Of course. Of course! Oh. I just want to curl up and take a nap. Oh. Best butt cleanliness awareness category. Damn, I would sweep that. I would sweep that so hard. In fact, I got served up a video on Instagram this morning about a man who was teaching other men how to do a good shower. How to use shampoo and conditioner. Not a fucking 3-in-1 salsa ranch thing. Separate products. And also how to wash the whole body. Including the legs, feet, butt, other important areas. And I was like, damn, Instagram knows. Instagram needs to stop fucking listening. Sun chips are kind of nice. They really kind of are. I don't know why. It's the waviness of them seems interesting. They're a good time. Props for playing with Reaper Crest. There's not really been much of a choice. I'm gonna be so for real with you. I fuck up all of the crests so far, but we only have 3. EP dog, EP friend, yes. It's good that someone wants to help, but it's sad that it's needed. Yeah. I have a lot of questions about how did so many men get through presumably living with adults while they were kids, and how did those adults not teach them to clean their butts? Or did they just think at some point that it was unnecessary? Did they get talked out of it at some point? Did they know how to do it and then they got to college and someone's like, having a clean butt is gay? And they're like, well, I am afraid of homosexuals, so I'm going to go ahead and not clean my butt. I don't know. It seems very homophobia rooted. We gotta work on it. We gotta work on so many things. Drew! Hi, cutie. How are you? I needed to go somewhere. I am 1% paying attention. We wanted to go string up our shit, so let's go to Greymore. Hi, cutie. Glad you woke up from your nap. Do you remember taking a couple swings with it and just saying it felt too slow? I feel like I said the same thing, actually. I like the bell stations, bellways, where there are actual bells for you to hit so that your little friend gets all excited. Manda, hi friend, we are streaming. How are you? How's your 30 days of inks going? Hope you're having a better, less stressful day. A clean butt that lets the devil in. You know, that is something that might have been said. I went to a school, a private Christian high school. Just talked about this with somebody the other day. So I didn't get a prom. We had something called a formal, and there was no dancing allowed because getting that close is the devil's work. Gotta leave room for Jesus. So no dancing. You just sat at tables in a shitty hotel conference room, ballroom. I'm not really sure what the word is for it. And listen. You ate real bad food, and then listened to a Christian comedy group. So anytime I watch a movie that has like a high school prom scene in it, I am just immediately so jealous, and then just like also so curious of like, is there any reality in that? Because I have no idea what a real prom actually looks like. I assume it's not everybody just fucking on the dance floor as sometimes they make it out to be, but maybe it was. I don't know. We weren't allowed to even like hold hands, so the thing. You know what women love? Stinky butts and privates. Honestly. So hard to say these days what's gay now that the groypers are saying a man having sex with a woman is gay. Godspeed to those people, I guess. No dancing for me. And I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that we need to go string up some rosaries real quick. We're fucking around in Antlanta again, trying to do the ant gauntlets. As a little break from Sister Splinter, we're just gonna continue splitting the stream between those two places until we fucking beat one of them. And if we just live here for the next year, that will become my whole fucking streaming category, and maybe like I'll go viral for being the girl who took the longest time to get out of Act 1 of Silksong. Forbidden hand-holding? I mean, yeah. I didn't find out until after I graduated that there had been people that I went to school with who, like, were having sex with one another. I was quite naive and just assumed that we were all obeying all of the rules and being obedient little Jesus children and staying 10 feet away from everybody, actually. Social distancing before social distancing was a thing. But yeah, it turns out teenagers are still teenagers. I was just a naive one. The Stooges! I do love the Three Stooges. That's who we just killed over yon. Is that the correct direction? It's not. That way. Use those guys to farm beads and shards. I probably could have, actually. We just did a little farming to try and get enough shards to refill our throwing knives. And then we're going to string up our rosaries that we got as well. Which I'm doing really well at stringing. I need you to know this is my one and only skill. We have money for days. Does anybody want— oh, we should go back and kill some more things. We almost have enough to do another string. We're so close. There's always rebels. Yeah, it just never crossed my mind to be rebellious in that way. 100,000%. Yo, a 7-stream streak? Holy shit! That's hard to do because I stream so inconsistently. Massive props. My version of rebelling was like driving too fast. And I thought it was so cool. Nearly getting everybody killed because of how fast I was driving. Whoa. Whoa. I think maybe it's just better to just go reset and do those guys again. Rid, listen. I said what I said. When we love people, we let them go, right? We let them go into the next life. We've talked about reincarnation assistance before. You found the best mod? It replaces the sad tents in Bone Bottom with the buildings from Bikini Bottom. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Put the link to that in the Discord somewhere, please. If you have the capability to do that. There were a lot of drugs at your school too, mostly the devil's lettuce, but that's Colorado for you. Fair. I feel like we maybe had one kid that people were like, I bet he's doing drugs. And it was said very disdainfully. So I don't think there was a lot of drug usage. Like, that would have been too much of a stretch for Christian Goody Two Shoes is. It was also a very small school, so like my graduating class was like 38 people. So just having, you know, two of those be rebellious enough to have sex with each other, that was pretty wild. Pretty fucking wild. You lurk even if you don't chat. Pro strats. That's pretty smart. I appreciate the lurks and the chats. Tyler's also on a 7-stream streak. Hot dang. Kind of feels like cheating because he's my best friend, so lol. You should be here for all my streams, but thank you. Your watch streak is 1. Fair, fair, fair. Couldn't afford any good drugs, all weed. To this day, if you asked me right now to go get a drug, I do not know where to get a drug, even a weed. It was a very small school, Gam. It was like, genuinely, there was a church, and one wing of the church was like an upstairs and a downstairs, and that was the high school. And then like the downstairs of the main church building was like elementary and middle school. It all fit together. You knew everybody. Which the cool news was, did I sit? I feel like I didn't sit. The cool news was, when you have a school that small, it is almost impossible to have cliques. Because you all have to sit together at the same fucking table at lunch. Like, you can't really have the cool kids and the nerds and the jocks and stuff. A little bit. My graduating 8th grade class, though, was 9 people. So then you really were literally all at the same fucking table at lunch. You and your impeccable aim, Curly! Get your little round butt over here. Thank you. Do we have enough for another string? We do. Perfect. Hi, Quaint. Welcome on in. Also, hi, Gam. What are we? McDonald's is? Oh, McDonald's is where we get the drugs. That's so fair. When I lived in rural Tennessee, I saw a lot more people who were on drugs than I had ever seen in my 700 years living in Chicago. Rural Tennessee do be having a drug problem. And there were a lot of people with no teeth and no money, but lots of drug vibes hanging out at the McDonald's for sure. Okay, let's string up our last... Yes. Do we have any sports? High school had basketball. I was a cheerleader for basketball. So I guess I did cheerleading too. Basketball and soccer and baseball. And I do believe that was the entirety of it. Also, no band. We did have a choir. I was the piano player for the choir because I was the only person in the school who could play piano well enough. And I'm fucking good at it. But yeah, not a lot of extracurriculars. Oh, there was golf for a hot minute because my brother did golf one year. I remember waiting in the car from him because it was the only like private Christian high school for many moons, many miles. So it was like 45 minutes away from our house, which let me tell you what, waking up an extra 45 minutes early when you're in high school was ass. But I do remember having to like drive my brother to golf shit, and then I would just wait in the car because there was no way I would be driving home from all that. knew better in high school where to get drugs than you do now. Yeah, that checks out. I feel like that's probably true for a lot of people. I don't know, I spent like my very first ever like grown-up job was working for a church. So it's not like I've spent a lot of time. Hi, cutie! Around people who would admit to knowing. I was gonna say like people who would, there are people who work at churches who would know for sure, but they would never admit it to me. Also, I never thought to ask. Your school had like 600 kids in your graduating class, wasn't small. Yeah, I feel like 500 and up is like more typical for an American high school, but I don't know. Yours was in the 300 to 400 range. It's either McDonald's or Taco Bell. I feel like McDonald's is maybe where you go to get the drugs, and Taco Bell is where you go after the drugs. But I'm just guessing into the wild. Gotta love the Appalachian meth culture. Honest to goodness, it do be a thing. Is this where we want to go? I don't actually know the answer to that. It is not. I just realized where we are. Sarah! Hi, cutie! I hope you're doing well. How fun that our schedules overlapped for a minute. I fucked up where we were going. The cheerleading squad have long skirts. No, but so I did cheerleading in middle school and in high school. And in middle school, we did have like, they're called a shell, the top part of the cheerleading outfit. And it's usually like a tank top, right? We did have to wear turtlenecks under those, which, as you can imagine, is fucking sweaty. And then I do believe we also had to wear like nude tights, so that our legs actually weren't exposed and breathing into the world. So, and then when I got to high school, we didn't have to wear the turtlenecks anymore, thank fuck. But we might have still had to wear the nude tights. I don't know, there were like... I do remember the French teacher. The French teacher came by while we were doing cheerleading practice, and we were trying to like script a new dance move. Okay, bud, the stomping has got to stop for a second. We were trying to script a new dance, like for halftime or whatever, and one of the moves was like you making like a motion like this on the like in front of you and then behind you, but like it was at like crotch level. And she was like, it looks like you're drawing attention to your lady parts and you really can't have that. So we were told that we had to cut that part from the dance because the French teacher thought it was too scandalous. It was a time. I don't know how we got away with doing dances at halftime. I guess it was because it was all ladies and we were all like 6 feet apart, but we couldn't have dances at our imaginary prom. So in your senior yearbook, there's a picture of your entire class sitting together for a picture together in the gym. You were sitting right next to your weed dealer. That's amazing. All right, bye, cutie. I think we're done with you. Why are you looking at me that way? Also, I played volleyball. Got some crazy stories. Oh, we did have volleyball too. We did have volleyball too. I remember my friend Jess was big into volleyball. And Lauren. Do I know where I'm going? No. Where am I going? Alright, hold on. We need to get back to Atlanta. I went to the wrong bell thing again. I'm so sorry. I will pay attention for a second now. Not that great of attention. Do I need to go down? I do. OMG! Hi, cutie! Okay. Sheesh! I can't believe- I hadn't thought about who would show up to a high school volleyball game, but yeah, if you're not there to watch your own child play, you need to go home. Like, that is not a spectator sport. French teachers and their Puritan hatred of dance. She was also the Spanish teacher, which made for some really interesting lessons because she would really forget which class she was in. And so she'd be like, Un, deux, trois, quatre, cuatro, cinco, seis. And you're like, uh-huh. What's happening? So... Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. Okay. Yeah. I don't remember French counting. I've been relearning French though. Two classes for the price of one. We called it, I think, Franglish, because it was French, Spanish, and English kind of all tumbled together. Oh, Waze! Hi, friend. How are you? You're motivating you enough to I'm motivating you through a difficult running section of Lies of P. Hot puppet game indeed. Also, I'm sorry that the dog is so mad about life today. It's been very rainy in Cincinnati recently, and she really gets freaked out by that. And so she's just kind of been on edge. Bless. You're doing good. Love to hear that. We'll be doing great. No, I take that back. I'm doing great regardless. I would also, though, like to beat either of the two places that I'm stuck in Silksong, because I've been stuck for a while. You know, it feels bad. She's a border Aussie mix. We were getting border collies from the same breeder for many moons. Okay, well that was rude. And turns out she also does Australian Shepherds. And apparently the Australian Shepherd Papa hopped a fence and had special adult hug time with the border collie mama, and they had an oops litter. So we have a border collie Aussie oops. She's one of those dogs, like everybody looks at her and they're like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. But then for anybody who has to live with how loud she is, it's a lot. It's a lot. She's very anxious and expresses her anxiety by barking at anything that is unusual or usual, actually. Okay, we're back to Atlanta. We have enough shards to have a full pocket full of throwing knives. Feels good. Your dog was a puppy. Your neighbor's dog would try to do that with her, and she was spayed, so it was whatever, but she'd look at me like, oh. Yeah. It seems that just consent maybe isn't a thing with dogs, you know? And we'll just use that as a reminder to say on stream, consent is important, chat. Maybe not for dogs, but for people, very much. Your girl is a mini Aussie? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. The minis? The minis make me think I should get a dog. It's because I like small things, though. I don't need a dog. You looked through all this safe for private Christian school mods, and Bikini Bottom is definitely the best one. The leave room for Jesus filter. Yeah, we don't need to be adding dicks to any characters in Silksong, please and thank you. It's just not that kind of game. No wicked whims for Sims? Wicked whims for Silksong. If it's called wicked whims for Sims. Is it called Wicked Wilksong for Silksong? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Mini Aussies are nice because they're small enough to fit on the lap, but large enough that I can accidentally punt them multiple feet. Yes. Yeah, they're not, my mom used to call them crats? Because they were like somewhere between a cat and a rat. Like the real small dogs, like Chihuahuas. She was not a fan of little teeny tiny puntable dogs. But yeah, the mini Aussies are still a chunky potato. You're not going to accidentally punt them. But they are also carryable if they like turn into a whiny bitch situation. And you need to put them in air jail. I finally figured out that room. Feels good. Feels good. Giving Sherma a wang could clear up that matter for people, though. Is that a discussion that's been happening? I am full of regret. Loaf, this is where I don't like this weapon. Nobody asked, but that's where I fuck up the timing really badly. We gotta stop meeting like that, bud. Good. Okay, we got one guy down. That always feels good. Now that I go absolutely silent when this is happening, I just realized I haven't said a fucking word. I'm so concentrated. I just want to get through this so badly. Oh, fuck me. Fudge! Okay. We made it farther than we have in a minute. Okay, we still have enough shell shards to make our little throwing knives. Cool. I really wanted to see if I could just like smack the shit out of that one guy and get one guy down, and then it just kind of fell apart. It fell apart a little bit. don't know why I'm not being careful at all right now. Hello? We can't be tilted already. It's 2 p.m. We have many a mile to go, Miss Ma'am. Yeah, you just get like in face tank mode where you're like, fuck it, we ball, and like surely that'll work, and then it doesn't, and you're like, well. Who could have seen that coming? Bye, dude. Eventually it could work. Sometimes... Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. We barely made it through there, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, let me smack you. Thank you. This music is so good. Ouch. Okay. Ugh, you two. Okay. I don't know how that didn't hit us, actually. Ow! How again? I was waiting till he threw a spear so that I could go heal safely, and then he threw himself. You know what? We could switch, though. Whoop. I forgot to switch. This back. Or steady body. Charm situation. I don't think it'll do much of anything, but it's there now. It was rude. Thank you. Speaking of consent, I didn't consent to that. I did not consent to being shish kebabbed by an ant-man. This reminds me that I was talking with Tyler about the one time I had ants in my house. It was when I was living in Tennessee, and I'd had COVID for 2 weeks, and I was living alone. Like, there was just nobody to take care of me. I was just miserable. It was absolutely fucked up. I disagree with everything that just happened there. Okay, jeez. So I'd had COVID for 2 weeks. Tyler had actually very kindly sent me compostable bamboo bowls and plates, I think, and maybe even like cutlery and stuff like that. So I just had a shit ton of cereal while I was dying of COVID. And I'll be real with you, because I was that sick. I would bring the cereal and like milk upstairs, and I would make myself a little bowl in these like trashable bowls. But I didn't have enough hands to carry everything back down at the end for some reason, because I don't know. So I just had this like lineup of little like empty cereal bowls along the side of my bed. Anyway, I got ants out of it, so that was fun. And I did a little thing where like you buy the little ant traps or whatever and put them out. But the ants were in the carpet of the bedroom, and so it was kind of hard. I feel like they were just navigating through the bottom layer of the carpet and not even bothering with what was sitting on top of it. So that was a whole thing. I did eventually figure out how to kill them, and then because I was pretty sure that there were just like some dead ants hanging out in my carpet and it was giving me the heebie-jeebies, I got a carpet cleaner, like one of those ones that like you put the water and the like detergent in it, and then like you roll it over your carpet and like it does the thing. It cleans the carpet. I don't know why I'm describing this. So I got a carpet cleaner and used it, but then it sucks up all the dirt into the water, right? There's like a container of dirty water now. And so it had all these like ant bodies in it, and I'm gonna be so for real with you. I couldn't bring myself to clean it out. So in the middle of the night, I went to the neighborhood dump and I just threw away the entire $100 carpet cleaner because I couldn't be bothered to deal with the fucking ant water. I just couldn't, okay? No, I didn't have it in me. I don't think I have it in me now. Cereal sounds so good right now. I know. I am unfortunately out of cereal. I just had the last of it last night. I had some Honey Bunches of Oats. It was like my evening dessert yesterday. Oh! Hornets, you cutie patootie. Cereal's even better if you're dying from COVID. It was a good way to stay alive from COVID, I'll say that. You could want Oops All Berries Captain. Ooh. I've never actually had Captain Crunch as a cereal with milk on it. I used to get Captain Crunch as a road trip snack. Just to munch on. That's pretty dope. It will fuck up your mouth though. Frosted Flakes. So yeah, I've been going between Honey Bunches of Oats and Honey Nut Cheerios for a little while now, but now I want it all. You don't know if you want cereal now? Well, just don't leave 40 fucking bowls of cereal on your floor and I think you'll be fine. I really expected it to fly off the edge this time and it didn't. Yeah, that was what I was expecting and that didn't happen. So that was unfortunate. Carpet cleaner served its purpose. Yeah, I felt really bad for the environment. There needs to be a service of like where you can just put in kind of like a Facebook marketplace, but for like shit I can't handle right now. Where I guess maybe I could have just put on Facebook Marketplace. Hey, I have a really totally nice functional carpet cleaner and I can't fucking deal with it. If you are willing to deal with ant juice, Godspeed, you may have it for free. But it's not like you can just take it to the thrift store in that condition and make it their problem. You know what I mean? There needs to be a sad adults app. Like Tinder, but it matches you with somebody who's not a sad adult. And they're willing to come clean up your crime scene. Sold as is. Very much so. It was one of those scenarios where I really missed having my mom around because like she would have driven from Cincinnati to Tennessee to like help me clean that out. But you just like, there aren't that many people in your world that are willing to do that for you. So yeah, it turns out I'm not very good at adulting when I can't just be like, Mom, make my mom do it for me. So thank you, Mom, belatedly for all the fucking adulting you did on my behalf. But like, wow, I am really phoning it in at these days. Because I think I admitted on the last stream that I threw away a bunch of mugs that I didn't want to clean too. They were hand wash only mugs, and it got to a point where I was like, I do not have it in me. In my defense, I was sleeping 17 hours a day for a while because I was accidentally being drugged by an anxiety medication that I didn't need to be on, so that was a whole story. But if you are, for whatever reason, depression, medication, stress, grief, life, if you're in a place where you don't want to watch the fucking mugs and you just need to throw them away, just fucking throw them away. It's fine. Or you can just leave them. Or put them in the dishwasher and see what happens. And if you need to run the dishwasher twice because they're gross, that's fine too. It's okay to be shitty at adulting sometimes, is the point of this story. You forgot to take your meds? Oh no! Very important. Don't corner me. Okay. Good. Also, we accidentally broke a light. Wouldn't recommend. I don't have enough silk to heal. Oh. I just got enough silk to heal. Fucking rude. You need— it's okay to be shitty at adulting on a t-shirt and maybe a mug you don't clean, maybe a cereal bowl for ants. And a pen! Perfect. Perfect collection of items, Amanda. I do have a policy with myself now that I am not allowed to buy new mugs unless they are dishwasher safe. Just I don't care how cute it is. Anthropology, I'm looking at you and all your fucking dry clean only and hand wash only shit. Stop it. Stop making shit for responsible adults and start making shit for me, please. So yeah, I've had to say no to a lot of really cute things. You have a lot of pens. I may have some. Bolt might have you beat. Amanda might have you beat. Got cute new mugs at work, and I'm wondering if I can steal one. Ooh. Amanda and I originally bonded, well, over being Twitch cuties, to be fair, but also over being fountain pen and stationary nerds. Thank you for the good luck, Loopy. Sorry about your internet being a dick. Remember when the whole internet went down this week except like Discord and Blue Sky, and it was kind of great? And Twitch. It like that Cloudflare outage left up basically the only sites that I wanted to hang out on. Oh, I guess YouTube was up still too. Thank you for the lurk loaf. I don't know why I stumbled over saying that. Seems like it just goes down every week now, honestly. Ow. Good. Did I bounce off of that fucking flying ant? That was really kind of hard to tell what happened there. What is loafing but a form of lurking but loaf? Yes, lurk, enjoy your loaf, and loaf, enjoy your lurk. Jeez, I can't do this. I do prefer fine extra fine nibs. I'm a teeny handwriting girly pops. Which I have decided, by the way, per our last conversation, that I'm giving one more black ink a go. I'm gonna try the J. Herbon Pearl Noir black ink in a... I have it as cartridges right now, but I need it in a bottle form so that I can use it with my clicky fucking fountain pens that I just randomly had in my pocket like a weirdo. I haven't used that one so much, but it's supposed to be really nice. Yeah, my bestie Tyler got it for me in the cartridge form for my everyday like journaling stuff that I do in my cousin. People outside of Hobonichi don't know that cousin is the name of a planner. It is. I'm not journaling in an actual human being cousin. I'm journaling in a book that's called The Cousin. I didn't name it, okay? I didn't name it. But anyway, I write in there with my little to-dos and my little journaly thoughts every day. Using an extra fine Leonardo pen. And that ink works beautifully in there and has not done any ghosting, feathering, bleeding. Well, ghosting obviously, but not any bleeding or feathering, so. I hope it does better in my clicky fountain pen too. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever been a cheap-ass pen girly. Because my dumb butt spent too much time reading the Office Depot and Office Max, like, catalogs as a child. That was where I did all my, like, Christmas lists. Other kids were like, oh, it's the Amazon catalog with all the toys in it. And I'm like, no, I would like the Office Depot one, please. And I can circle all the planners. I couldn't wait to get my first fucking, like, smartphone so that I could have like little, I could do like little professional emails and have a little calendar and shit like that. There's a whole thing, but yes. Arwen! Hi, cutie. We are not cheap pen people anymore. This one was 200 something because it's a special limited edition of the Clicky Fountain pen, which is already like $150. Mistakes? Well, we'll not say mistakes. Choices had been made. Were they great choices? They are now. They are now. Let's put a little sticker in the book for Arwen. Arwen, how are you doing today? Fair, middling, good? Not so good. All options are welcome. Fine enough. Also, while we're talking about spending too much money on pens, she's got all of these pens are like $3 or $4 It's markers. I don't make great decisions sometimes, okay? Also, I really fucking lost my mind in October of last year, and I spent a lot of money on stationery. $3 Sharpie pen. Now listen, those Sharpie pens are lit. Sharpie makes good pens. Constantly told your handwriting was bad, so you never really got into fancy writing things. That sucks! I was forever told that I have very cute handwriting. I mean, like, to this day, I post it in Discords where, like, it's just people who do journaling, so they all have good handwriting. Well, that's not true. Not everybody who journals has great handwriting. But, like, they'll stop and be like, and get mad at me. And I actually secretly love it. But yeah, I'm sure that drove a lot of my insanity around stationery and enjoying it. There's also just a part of me, I'm sure, that that was how I, like, found control in life as a child, was, like, organizing shit. Like, I would buy planners that were meant for teachers when I was, like, 7, and then just, like, spend my summer organizing an imaginary class because that felt good. So, hey, so there's some reasons I'm in therapy. Which they didn't smudge, but for some reason your other pens barely work in this notebook. Ugh, Cosmic. You need to get in a group chat with with Manda and myself, and we'll just all talk about fucking pens for an hour. I was you in like June, still haven't posted all the videos of all the new pens. I love that, Manda, because I remember asking you when you came in on your birthday, I was like, oh, did you get any new birthday pens? And you're like, no, I need to fucking stop with the pens. And then like that day you posted a video of like, here's my birthday pen. I was like, bitch, you I see what's happened. We're just counting all the old pens as current presents, and I love that vibe. Sharpie pens are good. Found a rose gold version. Oh, see, even this is like a fancy ass metal gel pen, the Zebra Sarasa. It's a really nice like gray color, and it's got like a dark gray ink in it. And look at the like gold accents on it. It just feels so good and weighty. Ugh. I'm obsessed. Also, I am writing Arwen's name in the book. Sorry that I just like stopped playing the game here for a second. It was important. Kind of cute though. Thank you. Thank you. Let's do a jump scare. Arwen, thank you. Genuinely thank you and appreciate you. You bought that pen a long time ago. That's what I'm saying. Like I could tell that you were lying. It wasn't a birthday pen. You were using it as a birthday pen, but you bought it a fucking long time ago. But you know what? We love the vibe. You got one of each. I know. I have a purple one of the Zebra Sarasa and this gray one, and oh, I was gonna buy a third one and I talked myself the fuck out of it. I love how this always turns into a pen show for a few minutes. Listen. I know I need to start a stationery channel on YouTube. I just don't know what the fuck to call it. Now, might not be super into pens, but I have opinions on paintbrushes. That's so related to like the journaling space, 1000%, because there are a ton of people who buy these Hobonichi journals because the paper in them is really good for like watercolor and maybe other kinds of paint. I actually don't know. But so it pulls in a lot of people who are into like proper art stuff, and so you do get some opinions on that kind of thing, and I love that. I love people who have deep opinions about things that I will never need to know. Like I saw, this is not an opinion, I saw a video of a lady using a machine that has like 5 little needles, and you use it to create ruching in a garment. And it was so hyper specific, and I'm like, I will never need to ruche something. But like, I do kind of want that machine just because it's so cool at like the one thing that it does, you know? I don't know. People being excited about shit is fun. I didn't mean to use the big scary one. I meant to use the little throwing knife. It's fine. Hokak. A lot of colored pencils. Ooh. I was just thinking I should get some colored pencils, but I don't know where the fuck I would store them, so we run into the I don't have a lot of space at my dad's house problem, which is like very cool that my dad's letting me stay here, not complaining. But it does mean we need to be careful about how many fucking things we ask for on Christmas that take up space, you know? Jeez. Everything about that was bad. I was not paying attention. You have coloring books you haven't touched in months. You know what? That's fair. It's coming up on cozy coloring book season, though, where you can put on like a... I don't know if you have a real fireplace. We do not. We have a faux fireplace that is like extremely faux. But even like a fireplace video on Netflix while it's like chilly outside, you can just like curl up under a cozy blanket. Get yourself a hot chocolate! Exclamation hot chalk in chat. Just kidding. Get yourself a hot chocolate. And just color. Yeah, that is a whole ass command. Thank you, Cosmic. Oh, Cosmic, I love your supportive mod vibes, even in chats where you're not a mod. And I say that sincerely. You saw that thing? You got into historical dresses a while ago. It's for gathering? Oh, It's so cool. I guess she described it oddly in the description then to say that it was ruching. I hadn't actually considered the difference, to be completely honest. Your thing is more along the lines of knitting. I got these needles that I swear by. Okay, is the brand of them... Does it look like Chicago but spelled weirdly? Hold on. Hold on. Because there was a whole ass discussion. Shiaogu. That one. There were 17 people talking about that in a fucking journaling Discord that I was in yesterday. And they were like, oh yeah, I love Xiaogu. I don't know how to say it. Sorry. I'm so sorry. And like, they're like, yeah, Xiaogu is the best. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, am I having a stroke? Are we all talking about Chicago? I genuinely could not figure out what the fuck was happening. Then somebody finally mentioned knitting needles. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm not having a stroke. Oh my gosh. But like, everybody was so committed to this one spelling of this word. And I was like, I literally have a screenshot. That's what I just pulled up to type that in. I have the screenshot because I was like, I am going insane. Okay, so what is so great about the fucking knitting needles? They're super sharp for pushing down on the tips when using them as bad news bearer. Oh. I have an old set of interchangeable ones, but I like the attached. Yeah, okay, so I used to knit. Can somebody explain to me in not quite kindergarten terms, but maybe kindergarten terms? What's so cool about them? They're pointy, okay. I think the last thing I knit was a scarf for my grandmama, actually. After learning that she hates having things around her neck. And you know what? She wore that fucker anyway, and I'm really... That's my lifelong proof that my grandmama loved me dearly. That she wore a fucking scarf for me. Quality of the metal is quite nice. Okay. Could you, for example, stab a bitch with one? Because that... I do remember trying to travel with a knitting needle one time and being told no. Because I might be able to stab a bitch with one. And I was like, I hadn't considered it, but you know... Good thought. You certainly could. Okay. Okay. Made a lot of socks and they're good for that because of the pointy tip. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I think I've made just like 3 separate scarves. One of them was pretty intricate, to be fair, and was very pretty. The other ones were just like really quite basic. Knit a row, purl a row, knit a row. Like it was nothing. You've definitely made your fingers bleed before. To be fair, I've made my fingers bleed playing piano, so my fingers would probably just constantly be bleeding with those needles. She's a bleeder, folks. The only place you haven't been able to take knitting is jury duty. That's so funny. Could you imagine just like sneaking into jury duty with knitting needles? So that you could take revenge on whoever the fuck is... I don't know. That'd be so wild. It'd be a good story. It would be a bad experience for the person who gets jabbed, though. Shish kebabbed. They definitely made your fingers bleed before had to adjust and quit pushing down on it. Yeah, you have a thumb callus from Silksong. I'm surprised I don't. I actually have a sore middle finger. I don't know what I've been doing with it. Don't ask. And it has made like 2 fingers scrolling on the Mac kind of a fucking nightmare. Is that a real first world problem? It really is. I'm aware. I do have a dermatologist appointment tomorrow morning though, and I actually want to ask why my skin is so bad at like staying on my human body, and like why if I go walking for like a mile all the skin on the back of my foot falls off. Not really quite that dramatic, but it is upsetty spaghetti. I've had my feet bleed while wearing Uggs before. So, like, I would like some answers, Miss Dermatologist. The fuck was that? That was fucking rude. Instructions specifically mentioned no knitting needles, and this bitch sitting across from you had knitting, and I was so pissed. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, if you're gonna have a rule, consistently fucking enforce it. That does seem like a great place to knit, though. Like, to have something for your hands to do while you're listening, that would be so calming. I used to bring knitting to class when I was in high school and in college for a while. I had one teacher who absolutely hated it. But she loved me, so she put up with it. You found Silksong very hard on your hands? Interesting. Well, I can't say that that's my reasoning for my middle finger being busted, because I haven't played Silksong since, like, last week Tuesday or something. So... I don't know. It might genuinely be because I was trying to put together a Christmas wish list for my family, and so I was just out of ideas this year. I was like, not that I don't want anything, but like, what I really want is my own house. You know what I mean? So like, that's a little hard to put on the Christmas list. So I was doing a lot of scrolling, and I do wonder if I literally injured my hand from scrolling, in which case I'm gonna have to find me a sugar daddy who's willing to scroll for me, or who can hire me a scroll butler. A lady's maid who will scroll for me. I've watched too much Downton Abbey recently. Have I ever tried putting band-aids where I normally get foot irritation before I start the walk? Yes. Even two things. Bandages tend to actually pull off my skin, like even the sensitive skin ones. So like I donate blood every 8 weeks, and like they do wrap up your arm like when you're done and tell you to keep that on for a few hours. But then I take it off and I'm always still bleeding, so I put a bandage on it, the sensitive skin ones, and then when I go to take that off, I have this huge like welted area around where the bandage was. So that sucks. And then the rubbing of the bandage on my foot actually still causes my skin to come off. It's fucked up. The worst one was when I was doing a temp job for a solid 4 days, and it involved unscrewing bottle caps on spray bottles. And we were wearing gloves, but the friction still just like, I had like, my hands look like a crime scene at the end of it. You fucker. Fuck me, let me jump! At least all of our rosary beads are strung up. So sometimes make your thumb issues pretty bad? Interesting. Stop! Jeez. They also have anti-blister pads you can try, but like maybe the adhesive isn't great for you in general. Yeah, there's one thing that I saw online like 5 years ago, and I haven't been able to find the product since. But I'll be honest with you, like it was maybe just like sold out when I looked, and then I just haven't looked since. So it's probably out there. But it was like a spray adhesive that you could put on the back of your heels when you walk. It's meant for people who wear like high heels and have that like issue of them kind of pulling against the back of your foot. So yeah, I should look into that. But I do plan to ask the dermatologist tomorrow, like, is this a known thing where some people just have like skin that doesn't like them? Like, is my skin mad at me? Like, what's happening? What's happening, and is there a fix for it? We are doing fairly better at this guy than we were originally, so that feels nice. I say as I get smacked in the face. Also, I don't think that my sentence structure was very good there. Let's just pretend I said it correctly. Oh, I walked into his foot! No! Why are his feet so long? Bro, clip your toenails! I don't like it! So allergic to the adhesive and bandages when you were younger and your skin's largely gotten over it? Interesting. Yeah, I've tried, like, I was so excited when they came out with, like, I don't know when they came out with, but I was so excited when I noticed they had, like, sensitive skin bandages because I thought all my problems would be solved. It's not so bad if it's, like, on the outside of my arm, but like on the inside of my elbow where it's just like more tender skin, I guess. It really fucks things up. It's hands down the worst part of donating blood is dealing with the result of taking off the fucking bandage that I put on my own arm. Also sunscreen, which is a moderate issue in your country. Yeah, hell yeah, what the fuck? Oh, that sucks. I just learned. So that's another question for my dermatologist tomorrow. My face has been, like, I feel like it's just been quite red compared to the rest of, like, the skin on my neck, my body, everywhere else. It's just like, it feels like the skin on my face is just quite red, even though I wear sunscreen every day. And so I looked it up on my own before I'd made an appointment with a dermatologist. And somebody was saying that you can actually get, it's not the same as sunburn, but you can get like screen burn, basically, where your skin gets irritated by looking at the blue light on screens. And the fix for that is to use a tinted mineral sunscreen. So I've been doing that for like a week now. Hard to say if it's helping because it's tinted, so your skin just doesn't look red anyway. But yeah, that's a new level of pale for me. Getting burned by my own computer screen. Oh, whoops! Quite allergic to latex, so it has to be strictly non-latex adhesives. Yeah. And I'm glad to say that I don't have the latex thing, because I remember they asked about that when my hands were falling apart at the temp job, because I was wearing gloves and like, oh, maybe it's like an allergy to the latex. I'm like, I don't think so, because it doesn't feel, I think it was just the friction. And so we switched to non-latex gloves and it still wrecked my fucking hands. But that's got to be a nuisance. You get blisters on your feet a lot when walking and stuff. Your Achilles area always gets blisters. It was a real issue when I was doing point, and I did the band-aid trick and it mostly solved it. The anti-blister pads work even better. Okay, I'll try those. I did find, I've never seen them before my trip to Cleveland, actually. But like they're giant, I guess, yeah, blister pad kind of things. Made by like Band-Aid, the company, that like you can put over the back of your foot or whatever, or the back of your ankle. And that's where like my problem area was, and like I was to the point where I couldn't actually walk anymore because it hurt so bad. So those were pretty dope, and I hadn't tried those at the start of the trip. I only started them once I started, like, I only started using them once I had problems. So I could try those again. And they did help, like, with the healing a lot. So I'll just have to invest in those. I can never find them on the fucking shelf at the store. I can only find them online, but that's okay. That's okay. Story of a high-maintenance girly's life. just love this music so much. Now if we could just get this and 1812 Overture in the game somehow. A little too greedy for that piece of silk there. Will you hit the dude? Oh my gosh. OMG. OMG. I think he's calling it a moderate issue because you're more likely to get eaten by one of 7,000 fucking giant creepy spiders before the sun gets you, so it's fine. Of the both enemies there have projectiles? Yeah. It's a lot going on visually. We're just gonna skip that guy. Can't skip the flying dudes though, they are in the way of platforming. Stop hitting your head there, Miss Ma'am. Thank you, Miss Ma'am. Hey, dude. Not our cleanest move, but it's fine. Easily get blisters on some of my toes, so I'd often put the blister plasters on them when I'm gonna walk a lot. Yeah, I need to just remember that that happens to me. Because, like, I can go on a 20-minute walk in my park and be fine. Most of the time. But I was walking, like, 5 to 10 miles a day in Cleveland, because I was just trying to, like, get a feel for how walkable those places were. And the rest of me, shockingly, was fine with all of that walking, even though it was a huge departure from sitting and gaming. But yeah, my feetsies were like, no thank you. And they just kind of tried to run away. One layer at a time, and it was pretty unhelpful, actually. But, like, the time that they were, like, bleeding in a pair of Uggs, I hadn't walked that far either. I think it was, like, a 20-minute walk. So I don't know what that was all about. I see. What a lovely waste of a heal that was. Neat. But I am curious, like, it's my first time seeing this dermatologist. I've only ever had one dermatologist appointment before, and it was like a full body skin exam. I don't know. I'm hoping that that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. So I don't know if she'll have time to answer all of my 7,000 questions about why my skin is weird. Like, I wouldn't mind going back. I just want to make sure that I don't have to pay like $800 just to ask questions about my skin. Because if I do, I'll just be going to Reddit. Or worse, WebMD. Where it'll be some sort of foot cancer. Ma'am. Ask them before they do the full body exam. Yeah, so the last one that I did, that's kind of what I got set up for, was like the intake lady, the nurse who was helping at the beginning, was like, if you have any questions, like, if you ask them now, I'll make sure that the doctor answers them after the skin exam. And I was like, cool. She's like, otherwise we don't normally try to like do multiple things in one exam, but like if you've got stuff now, go for it. And I was like, awesome. So I listed my questions, which included like my face being red. We got through the whole skin exam. Everything looked good. I had 2 like moles that I had wanted them to remove just because they were in like a weird space. Like I had one in my armpit and I was like, I can't with that anymore. So they removed those 2, and then she had her like foot out the door and I was like, wait, my face is super red. And she was like, I don't want to fucking deal with this right now. Is it red when you exercise? And I was like, it's red all the time. She's like, just stop exercising. And I was like, that's shitty advice. So I'm a little bit nervous that I'll get blown off again. It's a completely different dermatologist in a completely different state, so like odds are pretty low. You know how it is, like you've been burned once and you're just kind of like, you have that anxiety that it's gonna happen again, especially with doctor shit. WebMD, I'm sorry, but you clearly have leprosy and have 5 weeks to live. Yeah, it would even be worse because the answer is always cancer on WebMD, so I feel like it would be leprosy cancer. A new thing that they've discovered exists in the last 5 minutes. Like how when you're like, hey, my middle finger hurts, and I'm like, oh, that's finger cancer. And you're like, what the fuck is finger cancer? And they're like, what does it sound like? You have super leprosy? Yes. Okay. Not our best start, but not our worst start. Thought you would be dead with that hit, and you weren't, and it surprised me. You move so oddly, dude. I don't mean that in a judgy way. That's just a complainy thing. Why do you move like that? It's hard to follow. Not nearly as bad as that fucking bird that sat on us in the Chicago, though. Jeez! Oh, that one just like spawned in my ass. Wonderful. Cool! Do I feel flush? I don't. I'll just be chilling in the first thing in the morning watching a YouTube video. Like I've not even had time to get screen burn on my face or anything like that. I'll go to like wash my face in the morning and it's just like a completely, you can't tell now because I've got makeup on. It's not nearly as bad. But like the difference between like my hand color, which is the same as my neck, and my face color is like quite dramatic. So I did take a picture of that so I can at least bring that in and be like, this isn't okay. And it doesn't look like rosacea where it's like mostly like on your cheeks. It's like just literally face. It's been that way for a while. It doesn't seem to matter if I'm like if I've worn makeup recently or if I've like worked out recently, if I've been watching screens. Like it does just kind of seem like it does seem maybe like it's exacerbated by screens. But I don't know what's going on. And again, I wear sunscreen every day, but I was wearing a not normal chemical sunscreen. Is that what they're called? Like the ones that aren't mineral sunscreens. So yeah, I don't fucking know. It doesn't make a ton of sense. Yeah, it's not been an easy to Google thing. I was kind of curious if it was related to seborrheic dermatitis. Chemical, thank you. Because I do have that on my scalp, so I tried using a product that's meant for it on your face for like 2 weeks and did nothing for the redness. Who's been giving the ants hats and projectiles? Honestly, the hats are cute though. The hats can stay. Projectiles can get fucked. We do like little things and little hats. Some people pay good money for that kind of spawn highlighted, and yeah, you know, that's somebody's kink. We won't yucka yum. I just personally didn't consent to that happening. Stonk! Hi, cutie! Make you realize you got credits and never went back to this horrible ant place? That's hilarious. It do be an experience. It do be an experience and a half. Also, we're calling it Antlanta. I hope you enjoy that. Sarah's visiting people with a creepy van? Let's go. Sign me up. Gosh damn it. Gosh damn it. So far we have Antlanta, Philadelphia, which is Bellhart, Splincinnati, which is by Sister Splinter, and then Chicago, which is Craw Lake. With spy puns? Yes. Puns are hot. You heard it here first. Remember your first playthrough wishing Antlanta would become Antlantis so I didn't have to deal with it anymore? Yeah, we could be like, I don't know that you were here for this, Lydiated, but we were talking earlier about how I dealt with an ant problem one time by using one of those carpet cleaners that has like the water and the detergent in it. So mostly I was just like drowning them, and then the machine was like sucking them back up into the dirty ant juice. So yeah, if we could just carpet clean Antlanta, that would be pretty dope. You have a good one for a future area? Oh, that excites me. That excites me. That's been my favorite part of being stuck here, is having the time to come up with fucking names for all the different places. That, we get good tunes and good chats. I would like to see the rest of the game. As the song says, you can't always get what you want. As the great philosopher Mick Jagger once said, that is definitely a quote from House. I don't know why I was so smitten with that exact quote when I first saw that show. It's like, wow, it's the most clever show that's ever happened. Ow. Okay, one down. Too many ants! Is this better or worse than trying Sister Splinter for 5 hours? Hard to say. Stop dodging with, like, impeccable timing. That's supposed to be my job. Stop being too tall for me. Just stop being a bad opponent, actually, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you. Oh, I walked into that one. Stop butting me! Okay. Well, this is a bad place to be without any health. That's a bad place to be without any health. Oh no! Yeah, I think that's fair, Cosmic. I feel like I've earned it. We've been in there so long. Like, just give it to me. Just give it to me as a reward for my patience. Like, not a reward for my skill. I just want the game to be like, hey, you've successfully attempted this 800 times. For your reward, you don't have to do it anymore. You just win. You just win auto-fucking-matically. Sucks about this arena is that you don't really have tools to deal with flying enemies at this point. Yeah. Yeah. And like, again, it seems like something that we could come back to, or apparently never come back to, which is interesting. And it's Sister Splinter, you know? This felt doable once. Jeez, I don't know how that thing didn't get our toes right there. And also never leaves you alone, Nyril. I know. It's a good sad emote. Yeah, 14 masks would be great, actually. It's wild to me that I think the first time we came through here, we only had the OG 5 mask shards. Or masks, sorry. Just randomly using the word shards now. I did not get Sister Splinter. We spent last stream doing Sister Splinter for like 4 hours and getting bodied, and then we came over here for the like last hour of stream. I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that worked. Just to have something new to do, and so we've kind of just been alternating. So I thought today we would spend a little bit more time in Atlanta, and then we'll end with Sister Splinter if we get tired of this. I feel like we'll probably give it another, like, 5-ish attempts before we go switch over. I don't know. I'm not in a particular hurry. I was serious that I would love to see the rest of the game. Like, that is the only sad part about me being, like, quite stuck here. Is that I haven't seen anything new in this game for a minute. Low? Why can't I jump? Good! You're off to work? Good. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I feel like I'll have more fun dying. Sorry, just kidding. Have fun at work. Have fun at work. Oh, speaking of work, so I'm at the point of crashing with my dad where I need to actually get my shit together and like make real money. And part of that is so that I can get my own place. We're only on day 12, Zaddy. It's because I've been real shit about streaming. Does it feel like we've been here since September 12th? It does, and that is because we have. We have done 12 Silksong streams in like 2 months. Oh, but yeah, so job thing. I'm looking for actual dollars. And as fun as it was to discuss selling foot pictures with my hairstylist and the like little 18-year-old girl who works at the front desk who somehow knew all about selling feet pictures, I'm starting with a different path. Shocker. And I'm looking into like professional decluttering. There's a company called Neat Method in the States that has chapters in like basically every major US city. And they hire people as like just part-time organizers. And then you can kind of like, it sounds like you get to set your own how many days you want to work, what days you want to work, that kind of thing. So that seems fun. But also, someone that I follow who does like minimalism content on YouTube was talking about this new certification program for the National Society of Decluttering Professionals. NSDP. Really trips off the tongue. Jeez. Anyway, yeah, so I bought the certification course, and I'm gonna try and finish that before the end of the year. Maybe even before the end of the month. We'll see how quickly I can get through it. You actually have to do like 25 hours of like real life decluttering with somebody. I don't know if you get to pick who that somebody is. I really hope you do. If so, I'm picking every loved one in my life and being like, hey, you have too much shit. And then they're gonna let me get rid of it for them. If it's a stranger, I'll have to probably find a nicer way to say it. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited. It sounds like it'd be a nice, like, break from a long string of office jobs, which I do like administrative work. It's easy enough to stay organized, and I do enjoy that element of it. But it'd be nice to, like, help people, you know? And I'm really good at getting rid of other people's shit. Bugman just left here. May this also be a good omen for your own bug squashing. Oh yeah! Tyler needed a Bugman IRL. I hope you, I hope your gauntlet is over, Tyler. Please get rid of your shit. Now listen. I would probably stumble over getting rid of any of your stationery related shit. But the other shit, clothes, kitchen clutter, whatever the fuck is in your garage or basement. I worked with a friend of mine who had his own office, like his family owns a business, and so he has like an office in their office building. He actually had 3 offices. He lied to me when he was like, yeah, come help me with my office. And I was like, sure. Turned out to be 3 separate rooms where he'd been hoarding all of his shit. We got rid of, I think, 43 like contractor trash bags full of just actual trash. That does not count the shit that we donated. There was so much just actual nonsense, you know, like the cables that belong to a thing that you don't even own anymore, like the printer cable for a printer that you had 12 years ago. You're like, babe, why? Why? Did you know you don't have to keep that? Do you know you can have your like cables nicely labeled and you know where every single one of them goes to? And you know where they are when you need them? Did you know that that's a life you can have? It was pretty exciting. It was pretty fucking exciting, let me tell you what. But it also went as well as it did because he didn't mind me, like, full on just yelling at him, you know? being like, bitch, no. Today is not the day that we keep every piece of post-it note that your grandfather ever touched. Scared to go into your basement? Okay, not really, but there's probably some scary spiders down there. You know what? That's fair. I hated going to our... Like, I'm streaming from our basement right now, but the basement at the house where I grew up was equally nice compared to this one. Like, they were both unfinished. With just, you know, like, concrete floors and shit like that. But the one at the house that I grew up at was just... I don't know. There were so many spideys. This house just doesn't have as many spideys, and I don't know what the difference is. Maybe because there aren't any windows in this basement, so they're not creeping in. You don't have your own basement, you live in a basement? Let's go! You have concrete floors? Okay. Didn't say that that was a part of the spiders. I was just describing what an unfinished basement looks like. Having concrete floors when you live in a hot as fuck area is such a dope idea. We are still anting, Cam. I have a feeling we're nearing the end of anting. I keep looking over at the clock and trying to decide what time I'm going to be done with anting and when we're going to go back to Sister Splinter. You want to finish your basement, but money. Yeah. I remember I had one friend with a finished basement in like middle school or whatever, and they were the person whose house we always like went to go hang out at, because we would just go like hang out in the basement and watch movies, play games, play video games, and it was so much cozier. They also had like a fireplace in their basement, so it was like it wasn't fucking freezing cold. I don't know, it was everything I ever wanted. You could have a couch down there. And no spideys! Sorry, Hornet. Nailed it! I knew I was too early on that and I did it anyway. For what, for why? For what, for why? I don't know what that move was. I see. I got blocked. Rude. Stop hitting me. It's rude. And unprofessional. Why am I so bad at this particular fight right now? We usually get through this part almost hitless. It spawned in my butt again. I didn't approve. Okay, down to just one thing that we gotta fucking fight. It's Floaty McGee. Fuck you and your flying ass fucking weird ass moves. Get out of the ceiling. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Stop coming out of the floor in my butt. I didn't see that he came up in front of me. I don't like it. I don't like it. It was your parents' house. You had a huge finished basement and your friends and you would just hang down there. Cosmic, I knew you had cool girl vibes. I knew it. Fucking knew it. Proud of you. Flying McGee has to be from Florida. Cam, how would you like to respond to these allegations as our resident Florida expert? Nailed it. That's Hollow Knight. We use needle now. Yes. Needled it. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I don't know why I'm very carefully killing this one particular enemy. It's just nice to have a breather for a second, you know? Probably because it's a large annoying bug, Cam. I don't actually really know. Your room was also in the basement? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was like the epitome of cool. What do you mean? People who had like bedroom basements? What? Next level. Next fucking level. Cool. I would have tried really hard to be your friend. Not gonna lie. Okay. Good. Not our smoothest, not our worst. Why? I don't know why I cracked that. I didn't really want to. It's just habit at this point. And I wish I were better about saving that. It's a lot of silk. Good silking. Now if we could only song as well as we could silk. Oh my gosh. Stop making jokes and fucking fight, girl. You can't dodge at lightning speed, it's fucking illegal. You have to be slow and hittable. That is the rule of gaming. If you're gonna fly and have projectiles, you can't also be fast! It's rude. Also, you can't have 8,000 HP. I didn't even get a chance. I didn't even get a chance. Childhood home had a half-finished basement, and there were, in fact, spiders. Were they half spiders? I don't think spiders were common in my cool girl basement, though there was a cat in my window well once. That was interesting. Hell yeah. I feel like we had a few, like, squirrels get into the window well. Amazing start. Amazing start. It's an old cat and got stuck. Heard the meowing, was super weirded out. Got your neighbor to come and get him since cats don't like strangers. Yeah, that's a valid... That's a really smart order of operations. Good job, good job. My dumb butt. I definitely have, like, white lady syndrome where you think you can, look at an animal with kindness in your eyes and they will just understand immediately, even if it's, like, a fucking grizzly bear, and they'll be like, oh, you're one of mine. And I'm like, I know, I'm one of yours. And you can just give them a fucking hug. So I would have tried for the cat. I would have tried for the cat. We're not listening the hard way from your grandpa's cats. I used to have in my, like, internet bio on my blog, it might actually still be there, I don't know, that I have mad skills in in, like, penmanship and befriending unfriendly cats. Something. So that's a challenge that I would have taken. Cats were my, like, warm-up to hedgehogs in terms of trying to get things that don't want to love you to love you. And then I also applied that to men, and it was not as rewarding. Wouldn't recommend that one. Runback feels very similar to the Mantis Lord's runback. You are not wrong about that. I also did that runback a lot, except that I, no, you're right, because I fucked that one up a lot in my first Hollow Knight playthrough. I couldn't get the bouncing on the mushrooms sorted out. I don't even know if you have to do that in the runback that I'm thinking of. But there's a lot of shit in Mantis Village where I couldn't nail it, and I kept dying on the way back. I will say the pogoing off the flowers is not as bad as I originally thought it was going to be. It's still not my fave. It has helped tremendously that we switched to a crest that doesn't have diagonal pogos. There are still some platforming areas with these flowers, though, that I'm real bad at. We need to go back for. Fuck that diagonal pogo. It's just not for me. I can't do regular pogo. Please don't ask me to start adding special skills. If you need to pogo to a boss, that crest is dead. Yeah, like, I don't... That's a big no from me. Alright, let's give this at least one more go. Good. Land on the man's head when he's not even trying to attack you. Good. Assign gender to an ant who didn't ask for it. Also good. I meant to heal and then hit it, and I fucked up in so many ways. I was thinking about decluttering people's shit. The dog is annoyed? What else is fucking new? Will you stop spawning underneath of me? Or on top of me? I walked into his little tippy toes again. Oh no. We do have some big mean bugs, however we also have a lot of cool birds to kind of balance that out. That's a good point. That is a good point. All wildlife kind of seems to get more interesting, like, together, you know? If you've got, like, crazy bugs. You also maybe have crazy mammals and crazy burbs and crazy crazies. But if you live in a place where even the bugs don't want to live, you probably don't have heaps going on. You fucked up a perfectly good ant is what you did? Look at it, it's got gender dysphoria. Oh man, what a habit to try to break yourself out of. Real talk? Like, I didn't realize, probably until I started streaming, but maybe before then. Maybe watching other people stream is when I realized how often I, like, gender things like bugs. Like, oh, look at that cute little boy. Now, sometimes we're saying BOI, gender neutral. Sometimes we're talking about a cute little man's. And sometimes the bugs do have genders, and sometimes we don't know them, though. And it just feels like good practice in a game to stop that shit so that you also stop doing it in real life to humans and bugs. But yeah. Takes a village, man. I've definitely had to call myself on my own shit more than once. Love the sounds scars make it so unique to other bugs in the game. I'm gonna be for real with you, Cam. I don't know which ones are which. I don't know the names of the bugs. Let's look. Let's all have a learning moment. Hold. Oh. That's a scar. It's the ants. I understand now. Okay. That was a good learning lesson. Thank you. Thank you for coming with me. Nook Miles Gold, get coffee. Time to see your boy Brewster. Hell yeah. Brewster got added, I feel like, right before I stopped playing. Maybe even after I stopped really playing and I came back just to check it out. So I haven't spent a shit ton of time in the coffee part of Animal Crossing. By the way, if you missed the announcement at the beginning of stream, we're doing cozy gaming. Probably Animal Crossing, like, maintenance of my island on Thanksgiving. Lord willing and the creek don't rise and the headaches don't appear and all that shit. But the plan is Thanksgiving Day. For anybody who... If you have plans with family, you will not be missing any Silksong stuff. If you do not have plans with family, or you live somewhere where they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, you can come hang out for some cozy vibes. It'll probably be an hour earlier than my normal stream just so I don't fuck up my own dinner with fam. But that'd be a nice way to have a safe space for anybody who needs it. If you're like alone on that day. No, you won't be. No, you fucking won't be. Also, my hair is falling out. That's fun. Do you ever catch yourself just like pulling your hairs out and putting them on the floor? Like that's a helpful place to put them. I'm gonna have to vacuum that later and it's gonna fuck up the vacuum. Just remember there was a coyote in your backyard a few weeks ago just strolling around doing coyote things? That's dope. I don't think I've ever actually seen a coyote. I've heard them, but I don't think I've seen one with my eyeballs. You love seeing armadillos in your yard last year? Holy what? Round boys. That is the gender neutral boys. Cool. That's adorable. It's like the Scar Kingdom and they're all really cool. I agree. I agree. I like the ants. I don't like that they're kicking my ass, but I like them in theory. You wish you didn't have plans for Thanksgiving? That's relatable. Well, if you want to be like, hey, I really have to support my streamer friend. She's gonna be all alone on Thanksgiving. Feel free to use me as an excuse. What if you're spending time with your in-laws and don't want to be? Same. Be like, oh man, this girl, she's been really going through it. She's had headaches every day for like months now. She really needs some cool people to hang out with. I'm making myself bummed out by talking about this. I'm not actually sad. I'm not actually sad. I'm stressed. I'm not actually sad. But you can come hang out. You can absolutely use me as an excuse. I remember my mom doing that for me all the time when I didn't want to hang out with friends in like middle school. And I was like, Sarah asked if I could sleep over tonight. And like give her the special like kind of face, you know, like, no, I really don't want to go. And she's like, oh, well, your grounded for having too clean of a room. And I was like, thank you. Sorry, Sarah, I can't fucking go. Can't fucking go. So, I'm willing to do that for you. At least I'm not eating my hair like some sort of napkin and beard eater. I always forget the beard eating part thread. Thank you. Thank you. I was just talking about him today with, Svine. He had a funny comic about red flags and dudes. And he was like, thought of you. And I was like, that checks out. But I forgot also that before I started dating Napkin Eater. Fuck, I didn't mean to hit it. Before I started dating him, he actually wrote up a list of 10 reasons why I would be a bad person to date and 10 reasons of why he would be a bad person to date. And we still ended up dating. Do the math, please. What the fuck? If a man takes the time to write you a list saying we're not good for each other, just fucking hear him out. You know what? Just fucking listen to that. That was one of you trying to have common sense, and the other one of you being a fuckwad. It's me, I was the fuckwad. Okay, good use of the silk. Okay, one down. One annoying man to go. Sorry that I cannot read chat and to do this fight at the same time. I have barely enough skill to get through this fight. Actually, so far, we haven't proven that I have the skill at all. Yet hope remains while the fellowship is true. No dodging. Let me tickle them toes. Jeez. Shit. Like, I'm glad I healed, but also, like, I really wanted to get some more silk off of this dude. You know? Okay. 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 I needed more fucking health. Irritating. You also wish you didn't have plans for Thanksgiving. Your Friendsgiving on Friday, though? That's sick. I so desperately want to do that, but I don't have any local friends. That's not entirely true. I have a really lovely personal trainer friend that I adore. But it feels like something that'd be more fun if you had, like, a group. You know? Even like 3. So do I need to work on that? I do. But I need to figure out where I want to live first. Or is that an excuse? I don't know. You're not my therapist. Armadillo scared the shit out of you one night when you were taking the trash out while a little tipsy fucker came out of nowhere. Good job, Armadillo. That's funny. Would have been better if that got caught on camera. Is that on camera? Wait, holy shit. Tyler, you have cameras everywhere. Do you have that on video? You're needy as feck. Let's go. Speaking with his comics, yeah. Classic indeed. Classic indeed. I don't remember the name of this comic, but I have definitely seen many iterations of it before. It was about, it was two ladies talking, and one of the ladies was like, she was like, hey, how was your date? And the other lady was like, oh, well, he was literally throwing up red flags, like puking them up. And I just don't think I can be with a guy who's like that on the nose with it, you know? And then the other lady's like, didn't you tell him that you were a big fan of like over the top puns though? And she was like, no, what have I done? Because he was throwing up red flags. Throwing up red flags. LOL, 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 lol. Anyway, that sounds like somebody I sure would date, except that they wouldn't be trying to make a joke. This is a really bad idea. Cool, let's go. Yeah, that was exactly how I said it. Amanda, thank you for recapping for everybody who wasn't there. I don't know, I was just excited that a man liked me. He was my first boyfriend. Wouldn't recommend starting with a napkin eater for your first go round. To be fair, the napkin eating wasn't on the list, and I was not aware of it when the dating began. But it did not cause the breakup. And that I have to live with for the rest of my life. Is this breakable? Do I feel like I've... We have been up here, right? We have, and it was fucking this. Okay, I will stop trying to be excited about that then. Come down here, you. Couldn't bail on a family event, your grandma would destroy you. I hope there's a family member there that you enjoy seeing, at the very least. That you can, like, commiserate with, of like, ugh. Everybody else sucks. Like your grandma, your cousins, so it's all good. I really liked most of my mom's side of the family, in like... a quarter of my dad's side of the family. We won't name names. But it's nice to have at least one person. I will say my brother and I always became more bonded when we had to do like stuff with the extended family, right? Because even if the two of you don't get along, you know, like as kids, we were massive fighting sibling vibes. But you come together as a team when it comes to extended family shit, because you can at least give each other a look over the table and be like, what the fuck did that uncle just say? What do you mean? That's negging. Nobody else would date you, so you're stuck with me. It really did it for me at the time thread. I don't know how to I have no defense. It was a bad decision. And the only great news is that I now get to talk about a guy who ate napkins. Makes for good stream content. A local group of Twitch friends and some people from the other side of the state and a friend from Europe coming into town. That's so fucking cool. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to actually have like grown-up money to see like the friends, to see more of my internet friends, because I have been collecting internet friends for a fucking while. And there are some of them that, you know, one of my beloved friends is in Germany. I don't know when I'll ever be able to see her. But I would like to. We want to go on a trip actually to Switzerland and just like hang out there for a month. She is responsible with her money, so she can do shit like that. I just learned to be responsible with my money on like Tuesday. How did I die to that guy? How did I die to that guy? That might be our sign to go switch to fucking Splintinati. As long as they don't mind traveling, they don't have to be local. You know, that's such a good point. Such a fucking good point. Armadillo thing was a year ago, so no video. We do have some video probably of a coyote friend who pads across my driveway some mornings. Cute as heck. Does coyote friend have a name? Let's stop. Ooh. Stop throwing to that boss and go do something else for a while. That's not even a boss, it's a gauntlet. You know what I mean. You fucking know what I fucking mean. I don't know why there were so many fucks there. Rip. Okay, we do a little sit. Start with the napkin eater, so anything after that is a step up. It's true, the bar has been pretty low since then. Hi, cutie. To Splincenati. Uncle's alright too, but he's not doing great health-wise. Oh no, I sorry. I sorry to hear. No thank you to whatever that was. We tried. Almost got a stick bug to the face. Okay, let's go see it. And then try Sister Splinter for a while. I don't think we have anything else we can be doing. We'll check though. Dating is all about making horrible, horrible mistakes so you learn what you're willing to deal with. I've made so many. Am I winning? Absolutely the fuck not, Zero. At least in terms of the game. In terms of great internet friends, slaying. But no, we just left Atlanta having lost 400 times in a row again. A trip to Switzerland requires a bit less financial responsibility for somebody already in Germany. Yeah, that do be the fucking annoying part about Europe though, huh? You just like have Europe. But like she is definitely the kind of person who can arrange to be like off from work for like a month and go bike around Italy or something like that. And I've just I buy fountain pens instead. Which don't get you quite as far distance-wise. Switzerland's still a lot more expensive than Germany. Interesting. I am hoping that between her German and my English and my 2% French, that at least we'll be able to navigate very easily. It just looks so pretty. I followed somebody on Instagram, I think I still do, for a long time, who lives in this like gorgeous small village in Switzerland, and like you just wake up to postcard views every fucking day of the year. Oui. Not to be confused with the French challenge that Aggie's been doing. That shit looks annoying. Envy them for being able to take that much time off of work. Yeah. I mean, part of it is just like how culturally the approach to work is different, right? Like, that's pretty, I don't know of very many American jobs that will let you do that. But then also, again, like, her just structuring her life in such a way where she's responsible enough to have all the work done that she needs to get done and also has the money to do it. And I'm like, shit, dog, teach me. Just fucking teach me. You have beef France? I want that on a fucking t-shirt and fountain pen while we're at it. I have beef France. I know you meant beef with France, but it's much funnier the way you wrote it. What's your beef with France, though? Hey, bitch! What's up? I would love to tell you that I'm giving my best in this fight, but I'm really kind of fucking not. It's Unforge. Let's try that again, but actually pay attention. You want a French dip sandwich now? Speaking of which, Panera has a French dip sandwich, but it's not au jus that they put with it. It's French onion soup, because that's a thing that they already have on their menu, so they just made a French dip sandwich to coordinate with it, but it's fucking bad, actually. It's fucking bad. If you have a French dip, now this is just probably because, like, my brain looks at the sandwich and expects a certain flavor. And so you look at the sandwich and you're like, that's going to be French dip. I know what that tastes like. And then you dip it in French onion soup. And you're like, well, maybe this will be fine. I do like French onion soup. No. No, it is not fine. And it was a limited time thing on the menu. And then they fucking brought it back. They fucking brought it back. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Crimes with the fuck, thank you. I want to learn to make French onion soup. I don't even know what ingredients I need. I feel like it's just a shit ton of onions and cheese. Don't forget the cheese. But yeah, if you find a good recipe, Kim, actually genuinely let me know. I think we maybe found one that was like a good, like, I don't know. I would love to find one that's like a crock pot recipe. If you could do that and then like add the cheese at the end. I don't know how that works though. I don't know. The problem when Arby's does a better job than you. Does Arby's have a French dip sandwich? I am learning so many things about Arby's recently. I saw them on Grubhub and their like preview image of like what their restaurant is represented by were like chunks of beef. And I didn't know that we were doing like beef chunks. I thought we were still doing the sliced meat that like turns pink when you leave it. It turns into like pink jello if you leave it overnight. I thought Arby's was still doing shit. They got the meats. Apparently they got the meats. I missed it. I missed that we actually got real meat. It's a new thing that they've been doing. Yeah, I fucking didn't know. I actually sent a screenshot to Tyler and I was like, this feels like it's misleading advertising because like when has Arby's ever had meat in this shape before? Looking this meaty. And he was like, girl, that's just a thing that they're doing. They have a French dip sandwich every day that ends in Y. I love the way you phrase that. Okay. Shit, dog. I haven't said that in a minute. Actually, I probably have. Shit. I need to look into that. There was a little place, like every golf course that's ever existed has had a restaurant adjacent to it that's called a 19th hole. But there was a 19th hole restaurant by where my grandparents lived in middle of fucking nowhere, Tennessee. And they were even more in the middle of nowhere than I was. So the fact that they had a restaurant was pretty dope. And that restaurant did amazing French dip sandwiches. And also S tier sweet potato fries. Not so great. The peach pie they had one time, was it peach? It was like somebody put peach jello in a pie crust. I've never been so nauseated after putting something in my mouth. I heard the way I just phrased that. I'm sorry. It is true though. Okay, we're concentrating a little bit better. Proud. Still sick of those things. Girl, will you hit things that are in front of you? I'm so glad that she just killed all that shit for me. That was fucking helpful. Thanks, bitch. No! No more little dudes. Fuck! No more little dudes. Chill for Panera. Mm-hmm. Imagine a crockpot would be used at some point. I did just get my parents' tomato soup recipe, so I need to try that soon. Ooh. Caramelizing onions requires so much patience. I've never managed to not burn them. I don't think I've ever attempted it. Gonna be so really truly for real with you. That does seem like maybe a test of patience that I would be okay with. Oh, because the end result would be good. Speaking of patience, I'm running out of it with myself. Ever even tried to? Yeah. Hadn't thought about it. I just accept the beautifully caramelized onions that come from a restaurant and say thank you to the person who does all the work for me. If you want to make French onion soup, one is caramelizing onions. Is it thread or can I outsource that? Can I just buy pre-caramelized onions from Panera? Can I just buy the whole soup from Panera, actually? For the first patch, the little dudes did double damage. Yeah, they still catch you up as if they're going to do double damage. At least they don't. And I've been getting a little bit better at learning when to hit them so that I don't actually get caught up by them. She just eat my heel with her nyahaha? She fucking did. Hey! Come here, let me fucking get some heals off you. Yeah. gotta stop trying to greed hit, or not heals. Gotta stop trying to greed hits. Like cooking enough to learn to caramelize onions, just never had a recipe that eats them. Yeah, that's totally fair. It's the kind of thing that, like, so I don't love cooking yet, but like I'm not writing it off forever. Just acknowledging that I've never been in a place where it felt like good to cook. But I did try like Blue Apron and HelloFresh for a while. And those honestly helped me hugely to like just learn the basics of shit. And to expand my like repertoire of shit that I could make. And also that's the kind of service that is not going to ask you to caramelize an onion. Pretty beginner-friendly shit. But that is a great appeal. I'm really grateful that she can't break my silk thing. That would be annoying. It also wouldn't make sense, but you know. Just saying. Thank you to Team Cherry for not being crazy. Stop summoning little men! I'm literally wearing my Smash the Patriarchy shirt. No more dudes. I don't think you can actually see the fact that it says Smash the Patriarchy on it. No more dudes! This fight is fucking eternal, bruh. Bruh. It does say Smash the Patriarchy, though. The reason you keep trying to make caramelized onions, those little bastards slap. Yeah. What is the, like... process of caramelizing an onion? I'm so sorry. I got caught up in a thought in the middle of my other thought. Thoughtception. Remember that movie was like the shit? Inception, that is. I feel like I watched that movie like 5 times in a row. I was just like so into it. I'm not saying it wasn't worth it. I'm just like, what happened? What happened? For me, I just look at what's in the house and just start going for it. I'm thinking of trying to make a carbonara this weekend. Never done it. Don't know what's in it, and I don't have the right meat, but I'm gonna try. Alright, let's go. And yeah, we're the Perry Queen now. What of it? Just kidding. Just kidding. Haven't had time to cook in a while, spending so much on takeout recently. Real. That's been... My dad has been in charge of dinners since I got here. And has not accepted help. But he does now. Even though he retired, he's back to helping his old company for 2 days a week because the guy who replaced him had a nervous breakdown and left. LOL. So on those 2 days, we do tend to get some deliveries. In fact, I should check and see if anybody's trying to order food for deliveries. LOL. Dinner plans can we order in literally minutes ago. I'm here. What would we like? Let's go. Process just a lot of onions in a few hours. I see. Also, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't clutch that attempt. We got better though. We didn't quite get to the last phase, but it's okay. So bad at seeing movies, haven't seen it despite intending to have seen it. I feel like movies and books for me are like, you either come into my life at the moment when I'm ready to watch you, or like, sorry you missed your window. You know what I mean? Like, there are books that I bought because like in the moment I was like, I would love to read this. And if I don't read it right then, same with movies. Like if I don't watch it like right when I'm in the mood to watch it, sorry, you're waiting another 800 years. Maybe I'll come back to you. I did find it funny that Crimbo had me watch the Pink Panther movie with Steve Martin. It was because we had just finished watching Only Murders in the Building, which is the TV show with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez. So he was in a Steve Martin mood, obviously. Anyway, so we watched that movie, and then I just found out that Parky and her cousins watched it like yesterday. So wild. That's a movie that came out in like 2006 or something like that. Wasn't aware of it, but it came around at exactly the right time when I watched it now. Onions, oil, and salt over low heat for like an hour. Always set the heat too high. Good use of add time, Gam. Caramelize onions at higher temps. You just have to mother them a lot and add water more often. Interesting. This is why I promised brownies if I read the Discworld books. And those came into my life at just the right time. I was really in the mood for those. They've been a wonderful break. I try to alternate like a fiction book and if I have like self-improvement books that I was wanting to read anyway. I try not to back-to-back those because it can get really fucking draining to always be self-improving. Sometimes you just want to be done improving, you know? So yeah, in between I've been reading the... Gosh damn it. Run, bitch! Okay, we survived. The other... So I'm still waiting on the last book in the Witches series to get from the library. So in the meantime, I got a book from the library called Lovelight Farms. I think I talked about it on Collab Stream because I had just started it that day. I finished it that night. And it is absolutely a Hallmark book. Hallmark movie as a book, sorry. Stop fucking me up. That was stupid. That was stupid. I was jumping around while her face was on the screen. That was stupid. Anyway, there's a lady who owns a Christmas tree farm. And it's in trouble financially. And so her hot best friend, she has to pretend to date her hot best friend who lives in the big city. And he comes out to pretend to be her boyfriend so that they can sell some influencer lady on their cute romantic story of how they own the Christmas tree farm together. So if you're into the fake dating trope and a book with absolutely the most predictable plot of all time, Love Light Farms is it for you. It was kind of a nothing burger of a book, but it was exactly what it said on the tin. Currently running Penn Station for Din Din. Anyway. But it did make me miss the Witches books a little bit. The Discworld books have just been so good. That sense of humor is exactly what I like when I read. Some Italian had to piss off other Italians to make the first carbonara, so you pissing off modern Italians with your own version is just simply the real tradition. Enjoy your lesson, Keel. Never been a self-improvement. You've never read a self-improvement book in your life. I feel like I would not vibe with them. I would not recommend, like, of the books that I've read, I would say 95% of self-improvement books should have been a blog post. Like, they're absolute ass. If I didn't read at speed reads, it's like, if I didn't read super fucking fast, I wouldn't bother with them. There have been a few that I felt like were absolute game changers. Like, I just finished reading a book called I've read it twice now. Secure Love, which is about attachment styles, and like that was something that was really relevant to me and the fact that I keep dating dudes who eat napkins, as previously discussed, and dudes who don't even want to date me, as previously discussed, who also eat napkins. So it was about attachment styles and how to heal that kind of stuff. So that felt like an add-on to the therapy that I already do. And so that was important. And on the other hand, I read a book called The Emotionally Exhausted Woman about how women have all this like emotional burden in their lives to be caretakers and stuff like that. And while true, I feel like what I just said to you, that women are exhausted, you don't need to read the book now. You got the point. She didn't say anything interesting, didn't have any proof, didn't have any stories, didn't have anything. It was a fucking waste of time. Yeah. I'm willing to take some for the team. If you ever need an actual self-help book recommendation or self-improvement, there are like 3 that I think I would probably actually recommend. Have I ever read an absolutely remarkable thing? I have not. Should I? Putting it in my book. And then I'm going to order food and then we're going to do this fight again. Sorry for the break. Discworld is one of those ones that is silly but really does have some deeper stuff. Yeah. It's just good storytelling, and I just really enjoy the sense of humor, though. Which, like, sometimes that's all you really want out of a book, is just, like, a fun story and good humor. We did not beat Atlanta. We just left and came over here to Cincinnati, where we are dying again. Predictable does not equal bad. A basic story well told is always worth a read. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was mad that I read the Hallmark Channel movie book. It just wasn't gonna be like on my like, wow, most recommended books of all time, changed my life, best story ever. It was just like, it was a fun time. It's like watching a very predictable rom-com, you know? It was fun. What was I writing down? An absolutely remarkable thing. Book rec by Arwen. Read it recently and really enjoyed it. There's a sequel too, which is very different, but also very good. Okay, noted. You also don't think you've ever read a self-help book? Interesting. Well, again, y'all are making great choices because most of them are actual ass. Like, I need to start a shelf on Goodreads. It's just, this should have been a blog post. Because most of them are like, they took a premise of like a paragraph's worth of idea and then just stretched it into a book. Stop wasting everybody's time, dude. Just write the blog post Just write the blog post. Thank fuck I get all these books from the library, so I'm not paying any money for them. And again, I read super quickly, so I've lost 3 hours of my life. I would have spent those 3 hours fucking scrolling on Instagram anyway or something, but yeah. A lot of them are total ass. Some of them can be really relevant to a thing that you're wanting to learn. Very few. Closest thing I think I've read to a self-help book were the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. You know what? Those were definitely more well written than most of the actual whole ass intentional books. Actually, let's see if our sandwiches are available on Grubhub. I'm still pissed at DoorDash. I don't know if you all remember this, but I got scammed out of $500 across 2 orders on DoorDash. And they, like, reviewed my case with, I guess, AI. Because, like, I had all of the documentation to prove that I got scammed. And they were just like, no, you absolutely signed into your account and ordered $500 worth of food for pickup in Georgia. Several hundred miles away from where you live. And, like, I checked how much money we've spent with DoorDash over the last decade, and it was like $8,000. So this is not my first time being a customer. It is my first time complaining about getting scammed. I had all the documentation. They didn't want to listen. Thankfully, my bank, Citi, I was using a Citi credit card, or at least that's where the scam happened. And they reviewed my case manually on purpose because I was like, I don't need to get fucked by AI right now. And they reviewed it manually and absolutely sided with me, and I got all my money back. So cool. And also, I don't want to order from DoorDash anymore. So we're switching over to Grubhub. Turns out if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get free, like, Grubhub Plus. I didn't know. So we're trying it. We're fucking trying it. What does everybody want? BLT with light mayo and tomato. Sorry to put everybody's orders on blast. I'm gonna make everybody hungry too. BLT. Light mayo. Light tomato. Okay. Add to bag. Banks don't fuck around with stuff like that. Glad you got your money back. Yeah, well, they originally actually, because I just put in like a dispute, the like replies came back from DoorDash, and that's where DoorDash was like, you signed in. And DoorDash had screenshots too, and they were like, you signed in, you picked up a fucking order, you didn't cancel it. And I was like, it all happened in like 3 minutes. Somebody hacked in to my account, ordered 2 different orders for pickup in some place in Georgia, and somehow had them picked up and ready to go within like 2 minutes. By the time I logged in and changed my password and went to go cancel the orders, I couldn't. They'd already been picked up. And then I called DoorDash immediately to ask what to do about it, and they're like, oh, we'll take care of it. And then they didn't. So it felt really bad to be like a very valued customer. Meanwhile, when I called Citi, they were like, you know what? We're going to forgive. There were 2 purchases, one for $200, one for $300. We're like, we're going to forgive you the $200 one without even looking because you've been an amazing customer for 6 years. And I was like, and then the $300 one, they're like, we're going to look into that one manually. So like, if you've got documentation, feel free to send it. And I was like, I got receipts. Sorry, I can't find this Reuben to save my life. I found it. Reuben with extra meat. I didn't even know we could do that. Got it. And I need to decide what I want. I think I want the chicken parmesan. Yeah. So it just felt bad, but it was nice that Citi like actually acknowledged my loyalty. I wonder if it's a shitty employee trying to reach metrics or something. So what actually happened is it was the day that not this most recent Cloudflare outage. It was the day of an AWS outage. So a bunch of websites were down because Amazon stuff was down. And so I got a phone call from somebody, and the like caller ID said that it was from the place that we had just ordered our dinner from. And the guy was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry due to the outage. Your order got canceled, but I can replace it for you and we'll just like go through or whatever." So this was very much my fault. And it was one of those things where like it just went so fast and the guy was talking at 100 miles an hour and you just like, you realize as soon as you've said something that you fucked up. But so he reads back the exact order, which this is weird. He would have had to coordinate with somebody who got my order, either the DoorDash driver or somebody at the restaurant. Because this person had my entire order from the barbecue place, like, ready to spit back to me. They're like, "Yeah, so you wanted one of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "No problem. So if you'll just give me your email address and the phone number that you have in the account." I'm like, "Okay." And then he's like, "And then the 6-digit code that gets sent to you." And it's the 6-digit code when somebody's trying to log into your fucking account. And, like, you're never supposed to hand that out. And I know that. And I gave it to them anyway. And I was like, "Wait a minute. I'm not supposed to give that out." And they're like, "Okay, bye." And then they placed the... And I was like, I'm getting fucking hacked. And I knew what was happening. And literally, even knowing that, I didn't have time to go in there and change my password. Like, they already placed the 2 orders. And then I changed my password, which I think I changed the password to "fuck you" with, like, 1,000 U's at the end or something like that. I was just so mad. Anyway, but yeah, they had them picked up from this place in Georgia, which makes it feel like it's like a money laundering thing. I don't know how you could get the pickup orders that fast, unless they were just standing there and had like pre-planned this. I don't understand. It was fucking weird. So yeah, but I called DoorDash like immediately and was like, "I didn't make these purchases. I'm clearly getting food delivered to my house in Cincinnati. Why would I also order $500 worth of food to a random location that's for pickup in Georgia?" And they were just... DoorDash just fucking dropped the ball on every single point. So we're on Grubhub now, which is fun because you know what has Grubs? Hollow Knight. And you know what this game is? Hollow Knight 2. So, good. Also, thank you everybody for letting me fucking order my food. I'm sorry that I'm interrupting stream for this. We need fries. Fresh cut fries. Add to bag. Okay, we should have 3 Sammys and a fries. We have 3 Sammys and a fries. We got a tip for our driver. I feel like they don't quite need $14 fucking to deliver something 3 minutes down the road, but okay. I'm concerned this is a weird location for this place, but we're gonna just go with it. Finalizing carts. I need to pay. Contract free delivery. Oh, that is one thing that's weird about Grubhub versus DoorDash. I do not want to donate my change. Thank you, though. If you do a contactless delivery, they give you a 2-digit code that you have to tell your driver. So like the driver puts the stuff on your porch, and then when you've confirmed that the food is really where it's supposed to be, you text them the 2-digit code, and then they can finish the order out. But like there's an element of like you having to confirm that the food is really at your door, which is cool, but also takes a minute. Now you want a Reuben, and I know you have Grubhub. Yeah, you have Grubhub Plus. Congrats. Full on scammer then. Yeah, it's maybe the second time in my life where I've like just fully been scammed. And like I literally, as I was saying the 6-digit code, because it says when it sends it to you on like from the DoorDash app, it's like, don't fucking give this to somebody. But it was because there was a fucking shortage that day that I was like, well, maybe they actually need this for a legitimate reason, you know? They picked a great day to do it. Scammers scam because it works. It sucks, but a lot of people learn it from harsher lessons than $500. Yeah, something about it was very coordinated. Again, I had like the screenshot of when they called. I had the screenshot of the email saying that like somebody had logged into my DoorDash account from a weird location. And then like 2 seconds later, there were orders being placed. and they were picked up immediately. Like, I had all the screenshots of everything that happened. So at least my bank was super fucking cool, and they made me feel like a valued customer. Genuinely, I'm thinking of making Citi, like my Citi American Airlines card, like my primary card going forward, just because I'm like so impressed with their customer service. Also, like, I don't hate the miles. I've definitely used those for free hotel stays and free flights and stuff, so wouldn't be a bad card to pick. Now that we're in our debt-free girly era. And we're using our credit cards responsibly. I think that was the heartbreaking part about it, is it was like it was maybe even the same day. It was the same day. It was a Monday, and it was a day that I was supposed to get my student loan refund in the mail. It showed on like my USPS, like, here's what's coming in your mailbox today, and everything else came that day except the student loan refund check. So to then also get scammed out of money on that day was just like really, it hurt. And then there was the fear of like, oh my goodness, I just got out of debt. I don't want an extra $500 to pay for that. I don't want to like, I don't want to use my new refund money for a fucking scam. That would have been so sad. Jeez, I fucked that up so badly. There's a lot of fake restaurants and shells on DoorDash too. I'm pretty sure they changed their name, man. You are not wrong about that, because when I went to call in to DoorDash the final time after they rejected both of my like claims, they're like, oh, they're so sorry, there's nothing that I can do. I'll have to send you to a supervisor. They're like, so this is for the orders that you placed to like Dingalaboo restaurant? I was like, no, I think it was like Silk something. It actually was Silk something. That's so funny. And she's like, well, it shows up now as this restaurant. I'm like, well, that's not the name of the restaurant when I ordered from it. So yeah, now I'm curious. Now I'm fucking curious. But like, how do you report that? If DoorDash doesn't even want to listen to like they didn't let me submit proof for anything. If they don't want to listen on this, I don't know how they would want to listen to, hey, you have a fake restaurant on here that people are using for scamming people. And like, I also want to know how they got the information about my order. Was it a DoorDash employee, like a driver, who gave it to them? Because like, that's bananas, because that person got fucking paid to deliver my food eventually. I want my tip money back if that's the case. Or was it somebody who works at the restaurant? That seems less likely. And I don't know why that seems less likely. I guess probably because they have a supervisor. That missed us by an inch! Nice. Nice! Oh my gosh, we got the double. We got the double! Huge. That does not guarantee success, but it is pretty fucking fun when it happens. Stop summoning your men! Bet they got fucking dirty butts. Nobody's got time for that. love when she kills her own dudes. Good times! Oh shit! Shit, how did that catch me? Clutch up! Just be done, please. This is the best we've ever done in this fight. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! 77 hours later. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're sitting here for a second. We're just gonna revel in it. Look, there's not a single fucking Sister Splinter in this room. Oh my gosh, thank you for the GGs. That was huge. Tyler, thank you for the 10 gifties. Oh, why do I want to cry? That was so stinky. That was so much. That was so much. Oh, you got a gift, and that's so cool. Oh, Zaddy got us it. Sarah, look at all the cuties getting gifties. Oh my goodness. I genuinely feel a little sniffly. That was overwhelming. Let's take a momentary pause with our gosh dang tweezers and put some little star stickers on the page to say thank you to Tyler for the gift subs. You've been playing alongside me? Nice. How are you liking the game, Zaddy? I feel like I've asked you that before, but updates are always welcome. Holy. All we needed was French onion soup. And like 10 streams, I swear. I need to go back to all my Silksong VODs and change out the thumbnails on them because I was intentionally not doing any kind of spoilery content. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the thumbnails in case people hadn't finished the game yet. But now that it's been out for a while, I don't mind putting more specific stuff out there, even though like I haven't finished it. Anyway, but I like to put like what boss we completed that day as the thumbnail if we did something. And I think I'm gonna do that for this one just to fucking celebrate because it's been so long. Oh my gosh, VOD Frog, skip ahead 12 streams and you'll finally get to where we made progress in the game. I need to write Tyler's name down, huh? Sheesh! What's your second playthrough? Let's go. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. The people are on their second playthroughs. I've been here for a minute. It's been a while. We've been stuck on Sister Splinter genuinely. I want to say since like stream 4 or 5, it feels like. Yeah, Plum, we made it! Hi, 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 hi. Okay. Jump scare? We got 10 little gold star stickers to say thank you to Tyler for the 10 gifties. What a fun way to celebrate. Oh my goodness. You're 106 hours in and not done. Granted, you only play in the weekends, really? Okay. Yeah, and I don't know how we feel about, like, maybe I'll stick with thumbnails that are just, like, areas like this. You know what I mean? Until we get a few more months in and give people time to finish it. You got to pay attention because all you're doing in AC is cleaning up your storage? Ooh. I do love that they're adding more storage to Animal Crossing soon. Oh my gosh, there's more to the game. There's more to the game. We've never... Oh my gosh, we get to clear this off the map. Huge, huge, huge important moment. Okay. You look like you're gonna come... Yeah. That's satisfying as fuck. Your head looks like a child's skull, and that's really upsetting spaghetti. Man, I just did it! Like, literally just. Yes, we're exploring, like, we just decided to walk 2 pixels to the left to see that there's more of this game available to play. Turns out. Huge. Huge if true. I don't even know which way I want to go first. To the ground. Oh! I'm an over now. I fell and I figured it out. Okay. We need to do that puzzle eventually, but I don't give a shit. We'll come back for it. Oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. Oh, we got a hype chest. Fun. The love, love, love emote. That's cute. That's cute. Reminds you of a Deathbird? It kind of does. Oh my gosh, it really does. But does that mean that Deathbird has Child Skull? Because I hadn't thought about that before. We got little waves. Fun. What a fight! What a fucking fight. I can't believe we finally fucking got it. Genuinely. Okay. You. Okay. Ooh, blue flower shit. We are in need of blue flower shit, actually. You know what? You can live. You can live, but oh, there's a little... Who knew there was a ledge there? I'm sorry. That doesn't look very ledgy to me. Oh, you're fake. I see. You are not a jump on me flower. You are a kill me flower. Deathbird has a weird bird skull. That's fair. I don't know why I said beard there. I also don't know how we did that, so we're just gonna take it as a win that we got through there. Where are we? The waterfalls are so cool. Okay, that was a bad experience. That's fine. We healed. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh no, there's too much bouncing. Come over here, you. How are we supposed to? Okay. There's tickling its little fucking weird face. Deathbird and Deathrite Beard. Yes, Deathbeard and Deathrite Beard. Yes. There's probably a mod for that. We were looking for Silksong mods earlier. Mostly because I want a Santa mod that puts little Santa hats on these weird fucking heads. Jeez. Tedious as fuck, but okay, here we go. Shit! Okay, we gotta do that whole thing again. It's fine. At least we don't have to kill anything again. I want to lure this thing over here. Yeah. Can you come up here, dude, so I can get some heals off you, please? Deathbird with a great big bushy beard mod? Yeah, I think that would be great. I think I need to stop trying to dash to that one. I know I need to stop trying to dash to that one. Okay. That was it. Shit. What's making that sound? Oh. Hello. Do we get a new skill? Daughter of a distant land, we who remained have waited long. Bind our strength to yours, reclaim the future of our haunted kingdom. I've never been so excited to be haunted. Oh my god. What did we learn? What did we learn? Upgrade. We have Mantis Claw. Let's go. Honestly, Team Cherry loved the flashbang. Yeah, it's so true. Bound the ancestral art Cling Grip. Cling to sheer surfaces and leap to rapidly scale heights. Huge. No one can take this away from us, right? Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're clingy bitches. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. New heights! New heights unlocked! Oh my gosh, there was that blue shit back there in that other room. I don't want to forget that, but Oh, I see you up there! Little fuck. Is this what the spinny dudes look like when they're at rest? Do they look like fucking lettuce? Am I seeing this right? I am seeing this right. Biatch! Fuck. Oh, I'm scared. What the fuck is up there? I see you glistening. It's a flower thing. Are they coming to get me? They are. Oh shit. Oh, they left. Okay. Polypart, let's go! How many of these did we need? So many, I believe. Like an unbelievable many. 6. Okay, good. We have fucking 2. We know where some of the rest of them are, which is helpful. But at the same time, like, ugh. Ugh, you know? Also, I don't know where I am. Neat. So interesting that you don't have to, like, button to wall grab. Is there a game where you have to, like, use, like, an R to grab the wall? Am I imagining that? Huh. Okay. I was trying to RT my way around the walls and I don't need to. Hi Kogorushi! Where's this cute fucking emote? This is a lurk emote? Oh, it's so good! Enjoy your lurk! Celeste has that, but you haven't played that. No, I haven't, so I don't know what the fuck I'm on. I just lost my fucking mind. Oh, I'll let Tyler know. He's my bestie. He might actually still be here. I'm so glad you got a gifty. How fun. We were celebrating that I beat a stinky boss fight. Oh, that was the uppies of in here. I see. Not showing up on the at. He's been, gaming babajaja. Cool! Holy, thank you for the 5 gifties! Also, 200 subs gifted total. Damn. Remember that time you lost your mind and gave so many gift subs and it was really kind? And also, I hope you don't regret it. And also, I hope you're doing well. We're gonna give you some cute little gold star stickers. Cool, I haven't seen you in ages. Have you been busy? Have you been busy saving the world? You know what? That gold star sticker just doesn't want to be a gold star sticker, so that's fine. Yay and yes. You don't regret it for a second. Good. Well, I'm glad you're unbusy for a few minutes. I also hope that you're doing so fabulously. I wish you the best. And if it's not going fabulously, let me know who I need to beat up. I might be available for hire. Or for free. Let me write your name in a cutie patootie little green color. Life do be crazy sometimes. Don't I know it? Okay. Let's switch over to jump scare. Quill, thank you for the 5 gifties. And all the other 200 gifties. Playing Wuthering Waves right now, but you'll be lurking. Hopefully I can thank Tyler in the back. Yeah. Gambit. Gambit is Tyler. I don't always do a good job of explaining that. I've known Tyler as Tyler way longer than I've known him as Gambit. So. You are in fact getting all sticky. Thank you for reminding me of the wonderful way that you can phrase things. Damn, I'm so excited. I can't believe we have more map to do. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is where we just picked up our skill. This is where we need to do a fucking jumpy thing that I'm bad at. And then because we have this game's equivalent of Mantis Claw, I will try to learn the real name for it maybe in another stream. But for now we're going to call it Mantis Claw because my brain is fried. I think we can go this way now. Huge! Huge if true. Is Woowa the real thing that we're calling it? I don't even know what this game is. Does anybody want to tell me? That was satisfying. Also satisfying. I swear if they put another boss fight at the end of this, I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I don't know what oh, new friend. You're round and angry. Hi, Spoo. Welcome on in. Fun username. Oh lord. Oh lord, you hit like a truck, dude. You're just going up and down. You're just having a time. Ooh, you can kill it. Everyone says that. Well, it must be true. I apologize for the noises that the dog is making right now. As soon as I am not fighting this thing, we're gonna see what the fuck is up. Courier is arriving soon. It's our food. I'm sorry, it's the food delivery. I believe is early. Doesn't seem like friend material, no. It's a gacha game, never play it yourself but hear good things. Interesting. Yes, I love this game too. So far. It looks like this person is directly on top of our house. Oh my gosh, sorry, we're not communicating very well over here. You just had Taco Bell delivered? Nice. We're having sandwiches delivered. Yeah, I got a Reuben, my brother got a BLT, and I got a chicken parm. And I think... Is dinner here early? If so, I need to get the Kai code. Sorry that we've had to interrupt this so much. He is on top of the house like Santa. We were just saying that we need a Santa hat mod for this game. Holy hot damn, have you ever wanted to muzzle a dog before? Very gently and lovingly and not at all with any impatience. You want a chicken parm now? It's gonna be good. You love dogs? Oh good, would you like one for free? Just kidding. Had to muzzle your last dog to get his nails trimmed? Did he go psycho on us? Oh my gosh, I just saw one of those like dog grooming videos randomly. And it was this giant husky that had like a bunch of matted fur. You could tell that whoever had owned this dog before the current owner had really struggled with getting this dog groomed correctly. And the amount of hair that came off of this husky. Could have built 12 of my dog. Okay, they need the code. Okay, jeez. I don't know that I love that part of the grub hubbing where you have to give them a code. That feels like you have to be paying way too much attention to what's happening instead of them just dropping at your door. But it does mean that they're less likely to leave your very beloved crumble cookies at your neighbor's door and then act confused when you're like, hey, my shit isn't here. And then you realize it's just one door over. So less of that, I guess. 50% cat person and 50% dog person. Okay. I am 100% a hedgehog person. And also 100% a cat person. Is that allowed? Can I do 200% total? 90% dog person and 10% everything else. Okay, I cheated. I'd probably be 50-50 cats and hedgehogs if we're going to split it correctly. Okay, well, we might end up cutting stream a little bit early then so that I don't have to eat fucking cold food. But we gotta flee first. Hello. Oh. How are you back? Did you Okay, bye. Jeez. Just want to cuddle with them so much. Yeah. I will say that's maybe one downside of... Ooh, that looks bad. Of having like a very anxious, active dog breed is our dog does not really want to cuddle, except first thing in the morning. Then she's pretty psyched for it. She doesn't want to do anything but cuddle first thing. But like past 9 o'clock in the morning, it is just all... She actually just really wants you to play with the remote control. Are you a Reaper Crest fan? Let's go. I'm using it mostly because it isn't a fucking diagonal pogo. Turns out I am ass at diagonal pogoing. You would like to test own a ferret? That's a really good way to start with a ferret, I feel like. I've heard that they don't smell great, but I also heard that about hedgehogs, and my hedgehog did not smell. Now, if you don't clean the fucking cage and it's full of poop, that smells, but that's a you problem. It is my first playthrough. I haven't been able to stream very much in the last however long. So we started September 12th. Because this game actually came out on my birthday, September 4, and so I was gone for the weekend. Unplanned. Didn't know it was coming out. So then we've played since then. This is our 12th day of playing. And we've been stuck on Sister Splinter for like 4 streams, it feels like. So really exciting that we finally got past that today. And there's a lot more to explore. Ooh, there was more stuff down here that I didn't do. Interesting. Okay, we'll have to come back for this. By the way, we're calling this Philadelphia, and this is Splincinati. So let's go! We did the Splincinati boss. I'm feeling really good about that. Oh my gosh. And that might mean there's so many places where we can go uppies now. Oh my gosh. It does say it in the title. That's okay. I know that depending on where you're watching from, like, the title is not super obvious. It's fine. Big progress today. Manifesting worked. It's true. And manifested that I would make progress today. And we fucking did. Let's go. Thank you for that. But I'm gonna wrap it here just because dinner got here early. Sorry. It was literally supposed to get here at like almost 6. So they got here really fucking early. I don't know what happened. Yeah, let's go find a friendo to raid. And then the plan is to be back tomorrow with Silksong. And then next week we'll do Silksong every weekday except Thanksgiving Day. We'll do some cozy gaming for Thanksgiving. Favorite crest is spoiler. Thank you for spoilering. Definitely appreciate it. Hopefully when we get there, you can let me know and we can be excited about it together, and you can tell me why it's cool when I get it. Because I am so excited to try the crests. I don't want to be like a one crest Andy if we can help it. So we will definitely chat about it. Thank you for everybody for hanging out today. Thank you for the gift subs. Thank you for the follows, the chats, the lurks. It's been a really good fucking time. I'm so glad I made it to stream today. Whomst are we gonna raid our cute little butts into? I actually really hope that Deathless is streaming, because I really want to congratulate them on making partner. If you don't know, Hollow Knight Legend on stream, Deathless, made partner recently. Cam, did you see? You saw that I made it, right? You saw that I made it through Sister Splinter? Because that's what you missed. And then my food got here. Okay. Deathless is not streaming, but I'm really freaking proud of him for making partner. That's fucking cool. You know what? We got a real... How do we feel about Expedition 33? You missed it! You missed it, Cam, but it was huge. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. Need 2 more achievements. One for Silksong and Hollow Knight. Let's go! That's huge. We're going to try and get 100%. I don't know that we'll get all achievements, but we're going to try and get 100%. It's just going to take a long time. We'll be working on this for the next year. Haven't played 33. Okay, well, we're going to go hang out with Larksa, who's playing 33. If you need to dip out so you don't spoil yourself, totally get it. I probably will too, but it seems like a really cool game, and I know a lot of people love it. And Larksa's just all around a really fun streamer. Our raid messages. Oh, we're gonna be stabby today. Fun. I need to copy my own message. The first one is has our subscriber emote in it, and then the second message is for anybody who's not subscribed. Again, thank you to everybody for hanging out. I absolutely feel... I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. I'm fucking buzzing. We did it. Good teamwork, everybody. Thank you for the support. I would not have made it through that fight without everybody cheering me on. Genuinely. All right. Love you. Bye.